In the 5 years that the Notre Dame Fighting Irish have been coached by Ara Parsegian, in the 4 meetings of Southern California and Notre Dame, the Irish have won 2, the Trojans have won 2. In 1964, Notre Dame led in this football game their first year under Ara Parsegian. They led 17-0, but Southern California came back to win that ball game 20-17. In 65, the Irish prevailed 28-7. That ball game was played at South Bend, Indiana. Then in 1966, the national championship year for the Fighting Irish, it was 51-0. Notre Dame over Southern California. Last year in South Bend once again, O.J. Simpson scored 3 touchdowns as Southern California won this time 24-7. And that brings us to the 5th meeting of Parsegian and McCoy. John McKay and Ara Parsegian in their 5th meeting this afternoon. And what a setting. The lights have been turned on, part of them here in midfield, because of a slight haze. And Southern California, in their orange jerseys, or their red jerseys, cardinal red jerseys, orange stripes, orange numerals, orange trousers, red helmets, are just taking the field. The tunnel down to our left. Both teams will come out. Southern Cal will be seated across the way. And on our side, the Fighting Irish, the side of our broadcast booth, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Now let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
This is WBBW FM Stereo 93.3 on your dial in Youngstown, Ohio.
Al Wester, along with Van Patrick and Bill Epperton from the Coliseum here in Los Angeles, California. Here are the captains now, just moving out and down below in their gold helmets, white jerseys, navy blue numerals, and gold trousers. George Coons and Bob Olson. Olson is a defensive inside linebacker, and Coons is the offensive right tackle. They are moving to the 50-yard line with the official. And this afternoon, the referee is Ed Wagner, the umpire, Robert Helper, the head linesman, Tom Cross. The field judge is Theron Thompson. The back judge is Steve Higgins. The alternate is John Daniels. Now, across the way, O.J. Simpson, number 32, and that's one of the most famous numbers, I guess, that Southern California has ever had on the football field. And number 55, Jim Snow, a linebacker, are at the 50. And now the officials and the 2 co-captains from each ball club are moving out to meet at midfield. What a setting. And here on that white Charger is the Trojan of Southern California. A young man completely outfitted as the Trojan, the old Trojans of old, with the helmet, with the sword, with the cape, and in the colors of Southern California, racing around the track, which is outside of this fabulous football field in the Coliseum that housed the 1932 Olympic Games. Across the way, behind the bench of Southern California, is the Southern California band and its cheering section. You hear plenty of action there. We are now waiting for the introduction of the officials as they are individually introduced to the 2 co-captains, to Jim Snow, O.J. Simpson of Southern California, George Coons, and Bobby Olson of Notre Dame. Now, here's the flip of the coin. It has been called by Notre Dame. And Notre Dame, I believe, has won the toss of the coin and will receive. That is correct. Southern California will kick off. And the Irish will be at our left and receiving. Right now, we're getting all set for the kickoff. Keying the Notre Dame offensive line that has produced 7 wins in 9 games this fall is co-captain George Coons, already named to many of the 1968 All-American football teams across this country. Coons and Jim Riley are 2 of the finest offensive tackles in football. You'll hear a lot from them this afternoon. These men will be the key men in the running game of the Irish. Excellent blocking guards in Ed Tuck and senior Tom McKinley, plus a pair of very fine centers in Tim Marty and the starting center, Mike Oriod, help to make this Irish offense as fine an offensive line as there is in football. Of course, tight end Jim Weingartner and split end Jim Seymour make it a double threat. The offensive line of the Irish is one of the very best in college football in this country. Set, ladies and gentlemen, for the opening kickoff of Notre Dame in Southern California. And with more than 80,000 fans jammed into the Los Angeles Coliseum, here with the play-by-play is Mutual Sports Director and the voice of Notre Dame football, Van Patrick.
Thank you, Al Wester. Aiello will kick off for Southern California, and Coley O'Brien going back with Bob Gladjo. This crowd rising to its feet at the Coliseum of Los Angeles. Notre Dame in Southern California. You couldn't ask for more dramatic aspects than we have in this one today. Aiello's waiting now for the referee. And here we go. He moves forward, puts a toe into it. Good end-over-end kick coming down to Bob Gladjo at the 5. He comes back to the 10. He goes to the 15. And he was hit from behind and dropped at the 17-yard line. Skip Robinson is the man who brought him down, and there's a flag down on the play. Skip Robinson made the tackle. He got a hand on him and dropped him, but there was a flag down around the neighborhood of the 28-yard line, so let's see what happened here. Johnny Allen is coming into the Notre Dame lineup right now. I took the shirt right off Gladjo, so he had to go out of the ball game for equipment repairs. And Johnny Allen has gone in to replace him so that he can change the jersey. So the ball game getting off to a little bit of a slow start now, and here's a walk-off against Notre Dame. Moves the ball. The penalty marked it back to the 14-yard line, and it's a clipping penalty against Notre Dame. So it'll be first down and 10 to go for Notre Dame. They have the ball on their own 14-yard line. The quarterback is Joe Theismann. Dennis Allen is in there at the right halfback. Fullback Dushley. And O'Brien is the halfback. And they line up now in the I formation with two flankers. O'Brien to the left. And the give. Here's to Gladjo, and Gladjo popping over to about the 17. So he got back in there before the play started after getting on the new jersey. So mark it on the 17-yard line. Make it second down and just a little short of 8 yards to go for Notre Dame. The ball midway between the sideline stripes. Southern California operating now in a 5-2. Theismann calling the signals. The I formation with two flankers, and Theismann is going back to throw. He throws a pass out there to Durko, and Durko grabs it on about the 15-yard line and sprints into the end zone for a touchdown. It was intended for Jim Seymour. And Durko just played it perfectly for the Southern California Trojans, and listen to this crowd. Durko, 6'2", 173-pounder, a 20-year-old junior from West Covina. Aiello will attempt. The ball is spotted, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So they score now. Hold it, a flag is down. Hold it, a flag is down. Aiello booted it right through the uprights. Joe Theismann did a brilliant job of faking on the play. He set it up beautifully. He went back into passing formation and fired out in the right flat, intended for Seymour, and Durko picked it off. The penalty was against Notre Dame. It's been declined by Southern California, so the score, the Trojans 7 and Notre Dame nothing. We'll be back with the Southern California kickoff in just a moment.
But, Lois, I do love your mother, and I do want to visit her. It's just that if we do, we won't have the cash to take our vacation. Lois?
You can go where you want to go. You can do what you want to do. You can have a ball and charge it all and take up to a year to pay.
You don't need extra cash to do all the things you want to do. Just use the new revolving charge on your American Oil credit card. Charge food, fun, lodgings, and car care coast to coast. And pay for it in pieces with the new revolving charge on your American Oil credit card. Got one? Get one.
You can have a ball and charge it all and take up to a year to pay.
You expect more from American, and you get it. The American Oil Company.
That is the first time in 5 years that Southern California has been able to score a touchdown in the first half against Notre Dame. All of their scoring has come in the second half. So Southern Cal now has broken a 4-year drought in the first half, and they're on the scoreboard 7-0, and we're set for the kickoff.
Well, it figures he should kick this one into the end zone. And here's the boot, and they try the onside kick. And it is covered by Notre Dame's Gladjo down around the neighborhood of the 13-yard line. Let's quickly go down to the sidelines now, where Bill Etherton is standing with Terry Hanratty, the All-American quarterback of Notre Dame.
Terry, what kind of a feeling now do you have in the minds of the players?
Well, Bill, I think we're going to come back. I think Joe's going to do well. He's a real competitor, and I'm really looking for a good ball game today.
We'll be talking to Terry a little later on. Dan, back to you.
All right, Terry Hanratty on the sideline. So Notre Dame exactly where they were a moment ago on the 14 of Southern California, trying the onside kick. Now the double wing formation employed, and here's a pitch back now to Gladjo. He gets it back to the 14, just shy of the 15-yard line, and that's it. In there, Tony Terry, the right tackle, and linebacker Jim Snow to make the stop. Obama and Gunner at the ends, Collings and Terry at the tackles with Snow, Scott, and Jensen backing up the line. Durko, Battle, Shaw, and Young in that secondary. Notre Dame's out of it now, and they send Coley O'Brien out wide to the left. Seymour is on the left side, and here's the draw play. Give it off here to Gladjo. Gladjo coming up to the 25 and going on to the 28. And Sandy Durko makes the tackle. Durko, who intercepted the pass a moment ago and about the 20 and sprinted in for the touchdown. First and 10 for Notre Dame, and they have the ball on the 28-yard line. First and 10. The double wing formation again, and Theismann on a give this time to the fullback, going straight ahead to the 30, getting about 2 yards on the play. And Tony Terry in there to make the stop for Southern California. Terry is 6'3", 245-pound junior from Long Beach, California. Notre Dame owns the football. Second down and 8 to go. They have it on their own 30. Out over the ball goes Tim Oriard, McKinley and Tucker the guards, Riley and Coons the tackles. Coley O'Brien is split out wide to the left. The one setback now is Gladjo on this double wing, and the give is to Gladjo, and he tries that Southern California line. He runs into Tony Terry again. Also in there, number 55, Jim Slow from San Diego to make the stop on the 32-yard line, along with Scott, the middlebacker. So now it'll be third down coming up, about 6.5 yards to go for Notre Dame. They have Theismann at quarterback, O'Brien, Ducey, and Gladjo in that backfield. Gladjo is split out to the right. Fullback is Duchney. Back goes Theismann. He's looking. He throws, and it's caught by Seymour at the 40. And he comes on up to the 45-yard line before he's brought down by Johnny Young and Jim Gunn. It'll be a first down for Notre Dame, as that time Theismann had good protection. He allowed Seymour to get downfield, and he hit his All-American end for a first down on the 45. First and 10. Second first down for Notre Dame. They break out of it again with Oriard over the ball. They send Seymour wide to the right. The tight end is Weingartner on the left side. Joe Theismann with 2 setbacks this time, Duchney and Gladjo. And here's a pitch back to Coley O'Brien. Coley O'Brien is to the 50. Fights his way forward to the 49 and is dropped right there. The 49-yard line by Johnny Young. So a gain on the play of about 6 yards. It will be second down and 4 to go for Notre Dame. The score is Southern California 7, Notre Dame nothing. And we have 11 minutes and 45 seconds of playing time remaining in the first quarter. This game is being shortwaved around the world today by the Armed Forces Radio, as well as broadcast over some 500 stations across the nation. Gladjo's out wide to the right. The pitch back is to O'Brien. O'Brien fights his way forward to about the 43-yard line. He should have a first down for Notre Dame. He was stopped by Snow and Jerry Shaw. Shaw is the rover, and they're utilizing O'Brien on the running attack here for Notre Dame now.
Very quickly, Van, we might set the defense for Southern California. In the front line, they have Jim Gunn playing the defensive left end, Bill Hayhoe at the right end, Tony Terry and Al Cowling are the tackles, and Willard Scott is the center, the middle guard.
A double wing formation, the quarterback sneak, and Theismann moved forward to about the 40-yard line, and he stopped by the middleman, Scott, the linebacker. 6'1", 235 pounds, a junior, 21 years old from Los Angeles. 4-yard pickup on the play. It will be second down and 6 to go now for Notre Dame. They have the ball on the Southern California 40-yard line. Notre Dame trailing by a score of 7-0. Wide to the right is Jim Seymour. They split O'Brien out to the left. And here is the give to the fullback, Ducheny. He's down to the 30, down to the 28 before he's brought down by Mike Patton. They had some blocking over on the right side. The All-American right tackle, George Coons, number 78 from Arcadia, California, doing a marvelous job of blocking. And they bring it down on the 29. 11 yards gained on the play. And it will be first and 10. First and 10 with the ball on the 29-yard line. That's 4 first downs. Here's the I formation now. And the give is to Ducheny, the fullback. And he gets to about the 26-yard line and is brought down right there by the middle of that Southern California line with Cowlings and Terry, the 2 tackles. And now John Blanchard's coming in there. Bill Hayhoe was also in on the tackle. Mark the ball on the 25.5-yard line. Make it second down. The series originating on the 29-yard line. At the 25.5, and here's the give to Gladjo, and Gladjo is hit as he reaches the 23. On the counter play, going to the left, and Jim Snow is the man who made the tackle on the 23-yard line. We've got 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. And the score is Southern California 7 and Notre Dame nothing. The ball on the 23-yard line. It's third down. 3rd and 4 to go, and this crowd begins to roar, and they're standing now over on the Notre Dame side. Theismann asking for quiet. They're in the slot I formation now, and the pitch back is to Gladjo. He gets the block. He cuts back and dives forward to the 19-yard line. It's going to be close. Ducheny doing a good job of blocking in there for Gladjo, so they might have to get the chain out, Al, for a measure.
This is going to be a very close one. That was a crucial third down play on the Notre Dame drive that started down back of their 20-yard line. They've moved it now inside of the 20 of Southern California. And certainly as they take a look at and stretch the chains out here now, it misses, Van. It is not a first down. That will bring up a 4th down for the Irish with just an inch or 2 to go inside of the 20, about the 19-yard line of Southern California. The Irish running game has been surprisingly strong here. They've done some fine trapping, and they're running the football well. They're going to try.
Strong to the left now with the back set that way, and Theismann gives it off to the fullback, Ducheny. He hit the line. Let's see whether he made it or not. They might say it's a first down for Notre Dame. Ducheny just driving straight ahead. In the bottom of the pile there was Jerry Shaw, the rover back of Southern California. And now Bob Jensen is coming back in. Going out is Jim Snow. First and 10 for Notre Dame on the 18-yard line of the Trojans, with the score 7-0 in favor of Southern California. 2 flankers now. And here is Theismann running with the ball. He's down to the 15. He's down to the 10. He's out of bounds on the 9-yard line. Chased out by Sandy Durko. It's the first down for Notre Dame. I believe it's going to be close. Going to be close. Nope, they say just about a half a yard to go. So mark the ball on the 9-yard line. Make it second down, and let's call it 1 from that point. Jim Snow's coming back in as a linebacker. It's second down and a yard to go. O'Brien and Seymour go to the left. The tight end, Weingartner's on the right side. It's the pro set now with Ducheny and Gladjo, the setbacks. Theismann on the call, and he gives it off to Gladjo, and Gladjo is down to the 6-yard line, and Al Cowlings makes the tackle for Southern California. It's a first down for Notre Dame, and that's 6 first downs for the Fighting Irish. And they are trying to get right back in this ball game. They have it on about the 6.5-yard line. First down and goal to go. Mutual Sports sending the ball game your way from Los Angeles, California. Notre Dame and Southern Cal. Out of the huddle now, that I formation with the balance line. Southern California with a 6-man defensive line. And the give is to Gladjo. He's across the 5 to the 4, and Mike Battle makes the stop for Southern California on about the 4. Well, it's nice to have John P. Frame, who's the chairman of the board of the Mutual Broadcasting System, in our booth with us today, Al, and he lives out here in Los Angeles, so maybe his sentiments are a little divided in the ball game.
Well, I've got to say this. He lives out here all right, but he's from down around my neck of the woods, around Louisiana and Mississippi. His home originally was there, and he went to Louisiana State University.
High formation, the pitch now is to Gladjo. He cuts back. He's down to about the 2. Possibly the 2.5 when they unpile him. Jerry in there again on the tackle, and this fella's played a tremendous defensive ball game for Southern California here in this first quarter. Also, Jerry Shaw, the rover, and Mike Battle, the safety man. The ball is on the 2.5-yard line. It is third down for Notre Dame. Notre Dame with 6 first downs. Southern California does not have a first down, but they do have 7 points on a pass interception. Seymour's to the right. Signals are being called now by Theismann, and he gives it to Duchney, and Duchney is down to the goal line. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Notre Dame moved 86 yards in 18 plays to get right back in the ball game. Now we'll have the try for point. Scott Hempel is in there. Holding the ball will be Theismann. So Hempel will attempt to tie it up right here. It's 7-6. 86 yards. The ball was fumbled momentarily. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the score is Notre Dame 7, Southern California 7. We'll be back with the Notre Dame kickoff in just a moment.
Rain, rain, rain. They should have called this place Lake Rainmore. What, Jimmy? Oh, sure, son. I'd love to play another game of Old Maid.
You can go where you want to go. You can do what you want to do. You can have a ball and charge it all and take up to a year to stay.
It's murder being stuck in the rain on the only vacation you get. When you don't need cash to move on, use the new revolving charge on your American Oil credit card. Charge food, fun, lodgings, and car care coast to coast, and pay for it in pieces with the new revolving charge on your American Oil credit card. Got one? Get one.
You can have a ball and charge it all and take up to a year to pay.
You expect more from American, and you get it. The American Oil Company.
You know, it's interesting to note, Al, that Notre Dame will now kick off, and Simpson and Chandler, the deep men. And we have 6 minutes and 56 seconds of playing time remaining in the first quarter, and Southern California has not had the ball on offense yet.
It most assuredly is. But, Van, I think Coach Aaron Parsegian pointed out one thing to us earlier in his show, and that was the Irish have not played any real competitive football in 2 weeks, so the edge wasn't there. He pointed out that it would probably take a couple of minutes for Notre Dame to settle down and get back into offensive and defensive action. That is, hitting and hitting hard. Well, the Irish are set to go, and here's the kickoff.
Here's Lambert's kick, and it's a low kick. They're trying to keep it away from O.J. Simpson. It's fumbled back there by Chandler. He's to the 10, 15. Hooks up a block at the 20 and goes to the 25, and is dropped on the 25 by Bob Olson. So it'll be first down and 10 to go now for Southern California, and they have the ball on their own 25-yard line. In that backfield now, of course, the most talked about college player in the nation, O.J. Simpson, 334 carries. Good for 1,702 yards. He has a net of 1,654. He's averaged almost 5 yards a carry. He's got 21 touchdowns. Steve Soggy is the quarterback. Simpson is a setback. And here's Soggy on the keeper, running off right tackle. He gets to about the 28-yard line and is brought down there. Kuchenberg over there along with McCoy. We have Kuchenberg, McCoy, Norrie, and Lauk up front. Kelly and Olson backing up that line. We'll check the secondary for Notre Dame. Southern California with Allman at center. Lamer playing the right guard. Now 2 flankers out to the left here for Southern California. They're splitting Miller out wide to the left. Dickerson is out wide to the left. Soggy is calling the signals. And here is they give now to O.J. Simpson. He's to the 30 to the 30 yard to Scott that time, and he got to the 31-yard line. And that's a switch. There was a case where O.J. Simpson was running interference for Scott. And that's just the opposite of what they've been doing all year. Pat Mudrin comes into the lineup now, replacing Eric Norrie at defensive tackle for Notre Dame. The ball is on the 31-yard line. Gasser, Schumacher, Reed, Block in that secondary. Chandler's out wide to the right as a flanker. It's the I formation with O.J. Simpson, the top of the I. Steve Soggy gives the ball off to Simpson. Simpson dives into the line, comes up to about the 33-yard line, and Bob Olson makes the stop. As I mentioned, Eric Norrie came out of that lineup, and I'll see if we can find out from Bill Etherton just exactly what happened to him. Bill?
Ben, there's something wrong with Eric Norrie. He had a catch at his shoulder. He was attended to by trainer Gene Paskett. He is all right. Back to you.
All right, and now kick formation with a fourth down coming up for Southern California. Johnny Young is back in kick formation, and Gladjo and O'Brien go back in the double safety. A high pass from center, but he gets it away. It's a good kick, hitting on the 35 and rolling around. It's rolling down to the 30, getting a Southern California roll all the way down to the 24-yard line before it stopped. And a kick of 43 yards, and he had a high pass from center, but he still got it away.
I thought for a moment we were going to have something like a 25, 28-yard kick. It was a rush proposition for John Young, who does the punting, and went into his first punt there for Southern California with better than a 38-yard average. But it was one of those Southern California rolls. It's gone down there deep now. It's inside of the 25 on the 23. Notre Dame has first and 10 at that point.
Notre Dame and Southern California are tied up, and here's Theismann on the keeper. He's at the 30. He's out of bounds around the neighborhood of the 35-yard line. Sandy Durko is the man who chased him out of bounds, and Joe Theismann, who is an excellent running quarterback. In rushing this year, Theismann has carried the ball 44 times for 222 yards, and he has averaged 5 yards a carry, and he picked up a first down on that one.
And Van, I might point out, he scored 4 touchdowns running and has passed for something like 2.
And he's got 24 yards today in 3 carries. First down on the 34-yard line. Theismann ought to give this time to Gladjo. Gladjo's to the 39-yard line before he's brought down. Tackle made by Jim Snow, the linebacker on the left side for Southern California. So mark the ball on the 39-yard line. Series originating on the 34-yard line. It'll be second down and 5 to go now. In that last drive of 86 yards, Notre Dame threw only one pass, got to Seymour, and they grounded out. We have 4 minutes, about 15 seconds to go in the first quarter in the tie ball game. The double wing now, the one setback. Theismann on the quarterback sneak, and Theismann goes to about the 43-yard line with it, and is hit right there. In on the tackle was the linebacker over on the right side, Jensen and Blanche, along with Terry, and they'll mark it on the 43-yard line. Just about a yard to go for a first down, and Notre Dame has 7 first downs. Scores tied at 7-7 here in this first quarter. It's the I formation now, with Duchney right behind the quarterback Theismann. And the pitch back to Gladjo. Gladjo's at the 45, the 50, the 45, the 40. He's down to the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. It's a touchdown for Notre Dame. Yards on a brilliant run. And after he got past the 50-yard line, there was nobody near him now.
Van, he caught him in a blitz there. He caught the linebackers blitzing there, and it was beautiful. When he got the daylight to get through that line, he was already past anybody catching him. 76 yards. They went in 4 plays, and Notre Dame has taken the lead 13-7. Now the Irish will attempt the extra point. And right now, for a report, let's go down to Bobby Gladjo. He's on the bench down there now. The coach is around him, and Bill Etherton is there. Bill?
Now, Bob Gladjo was pummeled and pounded, and he is as happy as he can possibly be as he came off the field. And Terry Hanratty was the first man getting over on crutches faster than anybody I've ever seen to say congratulations, and let's get more. Back to you.
All right, Bill. The score now, 13-7. Notre Dame will still try the point. The officials that asked for time, Theismann will hold, and Scott Hempel will attempt the extra point. A 57-yard sprint by Bob Gladjo, who is the leading rusher on the Notre Dame team. In 133 carries, 596 yards. He's averaged 4.5 yards a carry. He now has 12 touchdowns, and that was his longest run of the year. Prior to this, he had 21 yards. Let's check here with Buck Jersey, our statistician. He's carried the ball 10 times today and has picked up 87 yards.
Notre Dame waiting now for the opportunity for the kick and hoping to go ahead in this football game 14-7. The Irish came in here as explosive, as ready as the football team could be. The entire coaching staff, I think, was keyed as high as Notre Dame. and ready for this opportunity against a great football team, the Trojans of Southern California. It's well to remember, I think, that Southern California, with 9 wins this year, won 5 of those ball games with fourth quarter efforts. Now, here is the extra point try.
The ball is spotted by Theismann. The kick is up. The kick is good. So the score now is Notre Dame 14, Southern California 7. We'll be back with the Notre Dame kickoff in just a moment.
Rain, rain, rain. They should have called this place Lake Rainmore. What, Jimmy? Oh, sure, son. I'd love to play another game of Old Maid.
But, Lois, I do love your mother, and I do want to visit her. It's just that if we do, we won't have the cash to take our vacation. Lois?
You don't need extra cash to go everywhere you want to go and do everything you want to do. Just use the new revolving charge on your American Oil credit card. Charge food, fun, lodgings, and car care coast to coast. And take up to a year to pay with the new revolving charge on your American Oil credit card. Got one? Get one. You expect more from American, and you get it. The American Oil Company.
Van Patrick along with Al Wester. Bill Etherton from the Coliseum in Los Angeles. Chandler flanked out wide to the left. The ball is on the 33-yard line. It is 1st and 10, Southern California, and here's O.J. Simpson. Simpson is caught from behind by Mike McCoy and hit right at the 36-yard line, and Bob Olson down underneath. And also in on that tackle was Locke. And so they will mark the ball, and they unpile him around the neighborhood of the 37-yard line. So place it on the 37 and give O.J. about 4 on the play and make it 2nd down and 6. 2nd and 6. There's the I formation again, and Soggy's going back to throw, gets protection, he throws one, it's caught. Caught by Sam Dickerson at the 48-yard line. He is tackled immediately by Chuck Glock, but he picked it off on the 48, hit the 1st down for Southern California, and so the Trojans are roaring right back. Notre Dame leading by a score of 14-7. We've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds of playing time remaining. Bob Miller comes in, Dickerson goes out. That's a change at the tight end now for the Southern California Trojans. They send Chandler out wide to the left. It's the I formation with O.J. Simpson, the top of the I. Right behind the quarterback is Dan Scott, the fullback. Soggy calling the signals from the 48 of Notre Dame. Soggy on a give to O.J. Simpson. He's going wide. He is hit and dropped as he reaches the 46-yard line by Kuchenberg. He tried to go outside that time following Scott. He got to the 46, getting 2 yards on the play.
I've been noting that the ends now on all of the running plays, Lauck and Kuchenberg both have been just coming across the line and standing there and playing the blockers off. It looks as though Notre Dame's defense is set up to pull those ends back in on Simpson if possible.
The I formation again with one flanker, Soggy on the keeper. He's cutting back and he's hit by 4 Notre Dame men as he reaches the 43-yard line. Mike McCoy leading the defensive charge. Notre Dame has 164 yards rushing, and Southern California only with about 15. Notre Dame leading 14-7. We got 1 minute and 35 seconds of playing time remaining in the 1st quarter. Game being shortwaved around the world and being broadcast on the largest network ever linked together for a college football game.
Wide to the left now.
The I formation, and here's Soggy going back to throw. He looks downfield. He throws the home run ball. It is batted away by Don Reed. Intended for Dickerson, and a great defensive play by defensive back Don Reed.
There was a tremendous effort. It was in the end zone. They were 5 yards in, and I believe that Dickerson, if anything, had the jump on Reed. Reed went into the air and knocked that one down, and that was a great save by the young fellow from Flint, Michigan. Incidentally, he has played some fine football defensively this year with 39 tackles and 1 interception so far on the year in the first 9 games.
Young is back to kick, and Reed goes deep in the safety spot. They let the ball roll, and it bounds around and goes out of bounds down around the neighborhood of the 17. That's a timeout on the field with a score. Notre Dame 14, Southern California 7.
The 673-yard offensive outburst by the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame 5 weeks ago against the University of Illinois set a new offensive record for a single game by Notre Dame. The old mark was set in 1932 when the Irish ran up 664 yards against Haskell College in winning a ball game 73-0. The Irish gained 461 yards rushing, 212 passing in their 58-8 win over Illinois.
Here's Theismann on the give this time to his fullback, Duchney, who gets to the 20, getting about 3 yards on the play, so make it 2nd down and 7 to go. Tackle made by Willard Scott, the middle backer, along with Jim Gunn, the right end. Notre Dame leading. We've got 50 seconds to go in the first quarter at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. It's 14-7. Jim Seymour and Bobby Gladjo flanked out wide to the right. Weingard to the tight end on the left side. Duchney is the setback again, the fullback, along with Coley O'Brien, and Theismann gives it to O'Brien on the draw. He goes outside to about the 23, and Tony Terry made the tackle for Southern California. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to call it the 22-yard line. The series originated on the 17, so that makes it 3rd down and 5 to go. The time running out, about 15 seconds of playing time remaining here in the first quarter. And the crowd beginning to roar. Seymour out wide to the right. Man on man there as they drop one defensive halfback, Sandy Durko, off to cover him. So it's 1-on-1. Theismann on the call with his double wing formation. Theismann is going back to throw. Rolling to the right. He looks. He throws the sideline. Pattern to O'Brien. O'Brien has got it on the 32-yard line and goes out of bounds immediately. And there's the gun. That's the end of the first quarter with the score. Notre Dame 14, Southern California 7.
You can go where you want to go.
You can do what you want to do.
You can have a ball and charge it all and think up to a year to pay.
Want to see the USA? Go ahead. You can charge it and take up to a year to pay with the new revolving charge on your American Oil credit card. Got one? Get one.
4 for the opposition. 2 first downs for every 1 they have given up this year. The offense scored 58 points against Illinois, 56 against Pittsburgh, 51 against Iowa, 45 against Oklahoma and Navy. They put 355 points on the scoreboard to 149 that the Irish defense has allowed. Notre Dame has scored 49 touchdowns in 9 games. 21 of them, 21 actually, have been scored against them. Here in the first quarter at the Coliseum, ladies and gentlemen, Notre Dame, 156 yards rushing, 23 yards passing. Southern California has, and this will surprise you, 17 yards rushing and 15 yards passing. And then that just gives you a pretty good indication that Notre Dame's defense, which now is considered the 4th best defensive unit for rushing in America, is really going to be tough today.
They've had most of their trouble, Al, as you well know, in that defensive secondary. They have a first down right now on the 32-yard line of Notre Dame. And here's Theismann on a pitch to O'Brien. O'Brien's going to throw. Now he can't find anybody open. He's going to run. He's blocked on the 31-yard line by Jimmy Gunn. So he lost a yard on the play. That was the option play, the handoff from Theismann to O'Brien. O'Brien could have thrown, but he couldn't get anybody open. So he ran with the football and was dropped for a loss on the 31. John Blanche goes out. They keep interchanging those linebackers in there for Southern California. So make it 2nd down, 11 yards to go. Seymour goes to the right. Coley O'Brien is put out to the left. The I formation in the slot this time now. They're going to the double wing formation. And in the slot was Gladjo. Theismann back to throw. Throws one to Seymour to Duchney. Duchney's got it on the 45-yard line and is knocked out of bounds by Mike Paddle. That was Duchney, the fullback, who had drifted downfield that time. And so they'll mark it on the 46-yard line of Notre Dame, where it'll be a first down and 10 to go. 16 yards and a first down for Notre Dame. The Irish now with 10 first down. Bob Jensen coming back into the linebacker spot. Seymour is flanked out to the right. And they're using the double wing again. Gladjo's in the slot to the right. And here's the give to Duchney, the fullback, and Duchney plows up just shy of the 50-yard line, and Jim Snow, the linebacker, making the tackle for Southern California. Also, Willard Scott. So mark the ball right on the 50 and make it 2nd down and 6 yards to go. Ball is right, the nose of it on the 50-yard line. Notre Dame with Oriard at center, McKenzie and Tuck at the guards, Riley and Coons at the tackles. Seymour and Weingardner at the ends come out of it with that double wing formation again with Theismann calling the signals, and Theismann on the keeper. Going outside, going to be dropped for a loss. And he's dropped by Jim Gunn, the defensive right end, who diagnosed the play perfectly and moved in there to drop him for a 5-yard loss.
Jim Gunn playing it just right there, and he came off of the shoulders of the offensive tackle, Jim Riley. Riley couldn't hold him there, and Gunn just shot across there and had his man before Theismann got to really turn the corner. Joe Theismann is a real riverboat gambler type of quarterback. He runs with the football more than he throws it.
Here's that double wing again. They've got third down and 11. Theismann is going back to throw. He gets protection. He throws one to Ducey at the 45, at 40. He's down to the 35. He's down to the 30. He's down to the 25. He's down to the 24. He's finally brought down by Mike Travel down on the 24-yard line. And the young sophomore quarterback, Joe Theismann, coming up with a big play on a third down.
I'll say he came up with a big play. He came up with the pass, and he was throwing to a secondary receiver. That was not his primary receiver. He had his primary receiver on the fly pattern down the far sidelines there. So he was throwing to Duchney as the secondary receiver, and Duchney was wide open there, took it on the run. Notre Dame first down on the Southern Cal 25.
Here's Theismann again on the keeper, running wide. He's at the 25. He goes out of bounds on the 23-yard line, getting about a yard on the play. Theismann is 4 out of 5 passing for 69 yards. He got 1 yard on that carry. On the keeper play, he went out of bounds on the 23, so it'll be second down and 9 to go now for Notre Dame. We have 12 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half of the ball game, with Notre Dame leading 14-7. The Irish out of the huddle with Seymour. Flanked out wide to the left. Yurko drops off to cover him one-on-one. Theismann on the call. Theismann on the give to O'Brien. O'Brien is back to throw. He's scrambling around. He throws one to Seymour. And it is intercepted by Southern California. That's Mike Cardle in there. Mike Cardle leaping in the air for Notre Dame is for Southern California, taking it right out of the hands of Jim Seymour on the 4-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. There is a pretty good indication why Mike Battle has been named an All-American defensive football player from Southern California. This 6'1", 175 senior from Lawndale, California, just showed us an aerial act. He climbed the hidden rope there to get that one.
First and 10, Southern California. They have the ball on their own 4-yard line. Soggy asking for quiet from the crowd so they can hear the signal. The I formation was stopped right behind Soggy. The officials asking for time. And let's go down to the sidelines now and Bill Etherson.
You may have noticed a moment ago, Van, that Ron Duchney came out of the ball game. He went to the oxygen mask to get a little refreshment, and taking his place was Ed Ziegler. But he is not hurt. He'll be back in as soon as the Irish have the ball on offense again. Back to you.
All right, Bill, and the officials were charged with that timeout. Notre Dame leading 14-7. They have 11 first downs to 1 for Southern California. And Soggy calling the signals now from the I formation. And he gives it off here to O.J. Simpson, spinning into the line, trying to get some running room. He gets to the 6. And he is brought down in there. Locke, Olsen, Kelly, all coming up, making the stop. And Simpson has carried the ball 4 times for 10 yards in this ball game. And he is the greatest single-season rusher in the history of college football. Cleaberry backing up the line over on the right side, the right inside backer. So it'll be second down coming up. Here's Soggy back to throw. He throws one. It's caught by Chandler. And Chandler is trapped and brought down on the 13-yard line. Tackle made by Cleaberry. Oh, check that. Number 27, Chuck Schlock it was who made the tackle. On the 13-yard line. That was Chandler, the flanker, 6'1", 182-pound sophomore, 19 years old. He's from Whittier, California. And what a ball player he's going to be before he leaves his college career. Number 86, Bob Miller, the tight end, over on the right side. It's third down. Just about a yard and a half to go. And here's Soggy on the keeper, and he's got a first down. He comes up to the 15-yard line with it before he's brought down by Tim Kelly, the left outside linebacker. And it's the first down for Southern California. And that causes the crowd to roar. That's the second first down.
Then I'll say one thing. They had to work for that first down. They didn't get it easy. They really had to go all the way and work hard for it. And they just made it. Big Mike McCoy, the defensive left tackle, the junior from Erie, Pennsylvania for Notre Dame, was in that hole, and he didn't give too much ground.
We'd like to wish Pearlie Provost, who's in Memorial Hospital in South Bend, our best Al. He follows these Notre Dame games. He just underwent an operation. We know he's listening back there today. All right, ready to go. The ball on the 16-yard line, where it'll be Second down and 9 yards to go for Southern California. One flanker split out to the left. Soggy with the I formation, maybe offside. The pitch back to Simpson. Flags all over the place. Simpson dropped for a loss on the 14-yard line. Also, wires coming into our booth from Jim Gamble and friends in Puerto Vallarta in Mexico, listening to the game. Carl Randall in Darien, Connecticut, listening on WOR in New York. Al?
I have a feeling that they will not take this penalty because it is illegal motion against Southern California and declined by against Southern Cal, declined by Notre Dame. This was because on the whistle, Simpson did not run that out. He was stopped back there for a loss, and so they elected to take it that way. Now Southern Cal has a 3rd down 12 situation, Van.
And Dickerson and Chandler are both to left. Here's the draw play to give to Simpson, and Simpson at the 19. And Chick Lauck makes the tackle, but that's that is the first time they've really crossed up the Notre Dame defense. They sent the 2 flankers out to the left that time, and then they gave it to Simpson on the draw. He brought it to the 19, so it will be 4th down and 6 yards to go, and in now is Young to do the kicking. And coming back, Bob Gladjo, along with Coley O'Brien for Notre Dame. They're fading back to about the 42-yard line. Young gets a perfect pass from center, gets his kick away. Good high kick. Fair catch is called for by Coley O'Brien. Fumbling the ball. And Southern California, I believe, will have to wait and see. Number 39 after Southern California was Humphrey Covington, who recovered the fumble. Coley O'Brien called for a fair catch, and the ball squirted right out of his hand. It was recovered by Humphrey Covington on the 28-yard line of Notre Dame. And they gained yardage on that one. It was a 52-yard kick. And there's a big break for Southern Cal, Al.
This was certainly a big break. A 52-yard kick and a recovery down here now. And the Trojans have the ball. First down at the Southern Cal 28. Here they go, Van.
Foggy calling the signals for the I formation. The pitch is back to O.J. Simpson. The flag is down. Simpson spinning into the line. Gets to the 25. He got 3 on the play. In there is Lauck again, along with McCoy and the linebacker Freeberry, and the indication is the penalty will be against Southern California, illegal motion. We've got 9 minutes and 15 seconds of playing time remaining in the second quarter of this football game from the Coliseum in Los Angeles. Notre Dame leading by a score of 14-7, but the Trojans getting a great break as they recover a fumble. And now the 5-yard walk-off for illegal procedure against Southern California, so it'll be first down and 15 yards to go from the 34-yard line of Notre Dame. Bob Miller goes out. Dickerson is in there. Wine is in. Now Southern California out of the huddle. And they send 2 flankers out to the right side. Chandler split out to the right. DeCry is also sent out to the right, and here's a pass that's batted down in there by a Notre Dame lineman. That was Mike McCoy, who's 6'5", 270 pounds. As Soggy tried to throw a quick one over the middle, and it was batted down. Terry DeCry, a 5'10" junior, is in there now from Long Beach. Soggy is 2 out of 4 for 21 yards. And now DeCry is going out, and Dickerson is back in. The ball is on the 34. It'll be second down and 15 yards to go.
Van, that's the 5th time this year that this big tackle, Mike McCoy, has knocked the ball down. The 5th time he has pass defended successfully.
Dickerson is flanked out to the right. Here's Soggy on the keeper. He cuts in now, and he's hit Mike McCoy up top side there, along with Bob Olson, the middle backer of Notre Dame, and they bring him down on the 33-yard line. Soggy on the keeper, 5'10", 170-pound senior from Gardenia, California. So that ball will be marked on the 34 again. It will be third down and 15 yards to go. Soggy in 5 carries has gained 11 yards. DeCry is back in there and is flanked out wide to the right as the only flank in the slot is Chandler. And here's Soggy back to throw. He gets time, but now he's rushed and brought down. Back on the 39-yard line, and making the tackle was Chick Lauck, who circled around the blocker and brought him down.
This Lauck is a real tough cookie to play with. 6 times in the past, he has thrown quarterbacks for losses totaling 54 yards, and that's the 7th time on the season that he's gotten through there. He's been responsible for 40 key tackles on the year. It'll give you a pretty good idea why they'll miss this senior from Indianapolis when he does graduate after this season.
Young is back in kick formation. It's 4th down and 19 yards to go. The ball on the 38-yard line of Notre Dame. Here's the boot. He's trying to keep it from going into the end zone, but it bounds on into the end zone. So there's a timeout on the field with a score. Notre Dame 14, Southern California 7.
You can go where you want to go. You can do what you want to do. You can have a ball and charge it all and take up to a year today.
Want to do more things this year? Go ahead. You can charge it and take up to a year to pay with the new revolving charge on your American Oil credit card. Got one? Get one.
Army beat the Navy today, 21-14. Mississippi and Mississippi State is tied up at 17 all. They have been quite a battle. The ball is on the 20-yard line of Notre Dame. It belongs to the Fighting Irish. First down and 10 to go when play is resumed. Notre Dame with 11 first downs, and Southern California has 2. And Southern California has 21 yards overall rushing in 13 carries, which gives you an idea of that defensive alignment of Notre Dame today.
Then I wanted to point out Notre Dame, particularly about the first quarter. Notre Dame had scored 103 points in the first quarter of their first 9 games of 1968. USC had given up just 13 points in 9 games in the first quarter, so something had to give. And as you can see, Notre Dame got 14 points in that first period. They allowed USC a total of 7. I think I pointed out too earlier that in the last 4 years, Southern California had not scored on Notre Dame in the first half, so this is the first time in 5 years they've got on the scoreboard in the first half. And here it is, 14-7. We're halfway through the second quarter, and Notre Dame has the ball on their own 20-yard line, first and 10.
Seymour out to the right here, the I formation. And Theismann with the ball, and Theismann on the give this time to O'Brien. O'Brien is to about the 22, and John Blanche makes the tackle right there. This is the first time, too, Al, and Eric Parsegan mentioned it. It's the first time that since Parsegan has been the head coach of Notre Dame, that Notre Dame has been the underdog in a ball game. They mark it on the 21, so make it now second down coming up, and still the 9 yards to go. Gladjo is flanked out to the right. Weingartner split a few yards out to the left this time, the I formation. And here's Theismann going back to throw. Gets great protection. He looks, he throws. It's completed at the 33-yard line. He had great protection. He hit Bob Gladjo from Louisville, Ohio. Jim Snow made the tackle, but he had the time to throw.
You notice the way this young sophomore throws the football? There is no up and down trajectory. It's right on a line. It's a bullet. It's the kind of thing that you've got to get directly in front of to intercept. And, of course, he did lose one earlier, but he's throwing that bullet again.
Double wing formation this time, and Theismann going back to throw again. He looks. He throws one to Seymour at the 45. He's at the 50. And he is brought down on the 46-yard line by John Young, and they had 2 men on Seymour, and he still got open.
Well, that's the sideline pattern that Seymour has done so well with all year. And that, he had caught 49 passes going into this game. Seymour had caught 49 going into this for 671 yards and 4 touchdowns. But the biggest thrill he told me he had all year was recovering that fumble against Michigan State for a touchdown.
Theismann on the draw play to Gladjo, and Gladjo's to the 43. Theismann in passing today has hit on 5 of 7 for 103 yards. Now the big question going into this ball game is whether the young sophomore, Joe Theismann, might be a little nervous with all this tremendous pressure, a sellout crowd here at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. But so far, as I just gave you, 5 out of 7 for 103, and he has run the ball well and the ball club. 2 flankers to the right. Theismann is going back to throw again. He throws over the middle to Seymour, and he can't hang on at the 35. A little too tall for him. Halachek was in there to cover for Southern California. Second down coming up. About 8 yards to go. The score is 14-7. We've got 6 minutes of playing time remaining. Notre Dame leading. Jim Snow is going out. Changed that linebacker spot, so they could be calling some defensive signals from the bench for Southern California. The ball on the 44-yard line, third down and 8 now. Theismann asking for quiet. He's got 1 setback in the double wing formation. And Theismann is going back to throw again. He looks, he throws to Duchney at the 35, and he's out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Duchney out of bounds. He may have a first down. It all depends on where he stepped out of bounds. Chased out over there by Jensen. So let's wait and see where they place it down. It will be around the 34. It could be, it just splits the difference between the 34 and the 35. It's a first down for Notre Dame. Duchney has caught 3 today for 56, so he has turned out to be a pass receiver, Al.
Well, that's a different type pass pattern because throwing to Duchney is something they haven't done before. All season long, he only had 5 pass catches.
2 flankers again, Seymour to the right, and Theismann on the give to Duchney, who's a workhorse today. He goes to the 31, and Jim Snow makes the tackle there. Let's go down to Bill Etherton on the sideline.
And I was very interested a moment ago in looking at the personal duel between big George Coons and Al Cowling, the defensive tackle on that side for Southern California. It's a personal duel of gigantic proportions, and so far Coons is winning it. Back up to you.
The ball on the 31-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7 to go now for Notre Dame on the Southern California 31. The pro set this time, and here's Theismann going back to throw again. He looks, rolls outside, looks again, throws deep, and it is intercepted by Southern California. That's Jerry Shaw, the roverback, who intercepted the ball intended down there. Gladjo and Seymour were both down there.
Then Bobby Gladjo was 5 yards behind the man who made the interception there. He was wide open. He was back of the halfback, and whether they are intentionally doing this or not to try and draw the passes, it's hard to say, but I'll say this. Gladjo was there, and the ball just didn't get to him.
1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 4-yard line. Out of the huddle they come. They send Chandler a few yards out to the right. It's the I formation with Scott and Simpson in the I. And the give is to Simpson. He tries the middle. He comes up to about the 10-yard line, and there Notre Dame storms in to bring him down. Lead coming up from the secondary. McCoy, Kuchenberg, and Lauk, and Kelly, and Olson. He made on the play 6 yards, so it'll be 2nd down. And about 4 to go. 2nd and about 4 to go now for the Southern California Trojans. In that I formation again, they send Chandler, the slot to the left. The tight end is Miller on the right side. And here's the give to O.J. again, and he moves into the right tackle for about 2 yards. He's hit there by McCoy and Kuchenberg and brought down on the 12. The series originating on the 4. Notre Dame leads 14-7. We've got 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. O.J. is now 21 yards and 8 carries.
Then I think the major problem that Simpson is having right now is running against a 4-4 defense. The Irish are not blitzing any of the linebackers. They're standing there waiting.
Here's that I formation again with the flanker out the right. Chandler, Soggy back to throw. Throws to Chandler. He's got it. And he's pulled down on the 19-yard line. He'll have a first down for Southern California. Making the tackle in there was Freeberry, along with number 46, John Gasser. And there's a flag on the play. It will be against Southern California. And that causes a roar from all the partisans of Notre Dame over on the far side of the field, although the Notre Dame bench is just down below it. It's about 65 degrees here, very overcast. Yesterday was one of the most beautiful days I have ever seen in Los Angeles. But it beats the mud and the rain we experienced on Thanksgiving Day. And Notre Dame leading Southern California 14-7. A little discussion going on right now with the Notre Dame captain, Olson. And let's see what they do. Half the distance to the goal. It's a holding penalty against Southern California. It sets it back to about the 6-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 9 yards to go. Southern California with a big 3rd down situation confronting them with 4 minutes to play in the first half. It's the I formation. Calling the signals now. Steve Soggy. He's got 2 flankers to the left. He's back in the end zone. Throws a swing pass out to O.J. Simpson. He breaks one tackle. Spins away from another one. But is brought down on the 6-yard line. Brought down on the 6-yard line by Freeberry.
Did you see the tremendous pursuit that Notre Dame is putting on? Every time Simpson has any indication the ball is going to be given to Simpson, there's tremendous pursuit, the lateral pursuit for the linebackers there. Schumacher, Freeberry, Olson, or Kelly. They're constantly on him. And those linemen right in the front wall there, they'll put the charge on the quarterback once they establish the fact he's going to throw. Otherwise, they won't.
Young is back in kick formation. O'Brien is back with Gladjo. There's a flag on the play. He gets the kick away anyway. A fair catch is called for by Gladjo on the 43-yard line. But the flag and the indication is it'll be against Southern California. The kick was 37 yards, and Notre Dame asked them to kick over. So that's the situation. They're going to have to do it over again. They've whistled it back, and we'll see what it's all about. Illegal motion against Southern California. Half the distance to the goal.
That's awful hard to beat field position they have right there, the 42-yard line of Southern California. But 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the first half. But they're taking the penalty just the same.
Well, they figure always, Al, you might be able to block one, there might be a fumble, they might be able to run one back all the way. But back in kick formation and almost out of the end zone, with the ball on the 3-yard line, with a 4th down, about 12 to go is Young, almost out of the field to play. He gets a perfect pass from center. It's almost blocked, but he gets it away. The fair catch is called for by O'Brien on the 44-yard line. There's a timeout on the field with a score. Notre Dame 14, Southern California 7.
You can go where you want to go. You can do what you want to do. You can have a ball and charge it off and take up to a year to pay.
Vacation rained out? Go somewhere else. You can charge it and take up to a year to pay with the new revolving charge on your American Oil credit card. Got one? Get one.
Well, Van, as we pointed out on that punt a moment ago, the situation as it stood there was that actually in taking the second kick, they lost about 3 yards. But they put a tremendous effort on to block that kick in the end zone. That's what they were shooting at, another touchdown. Let's pause briefly now for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
You are listening to WBBW FM Stereo in Youngstown, Ohio.
I see a final here. Al Baylor 16, Rice nothing, and Johnny Bridgers was just fired as the coach at Baylor, but he went out on a happy note.
Well, I don't know about that happy note, Van, but they are making a change at Baylor, and that's the old school, and I imagine they will be announcing a new coach in the middle of January, by the middle of January. 2 minutes remain here, Van. Just
exactly.
2 big minutes.
O'Brien split out. Here's Theismann now, and he gives the ball off to Gladjo. He's to the 40, getting 5 yards on the play. And the tackle was made by Terry, the right tackle. So mark it on the 40-yard line. O'Brien was the ball carrier, so mark it on the 40, midway between the sideline stripes. Gladjo's flanked out to the right. It's a double wing formation. Joe Theismann, the quarterback, barking out the signals, and Theismann on a give to O'Brien again. O'Brien is at the 38-yard line, and it was Tony Terry again. That junior right tackle from Long Beach making the stop on the 38. It's 3rd down and 3 to go now for Notre Dame. 3rd down and 3. Notre Dame back in the huddle again. They're leading by a score of 14-7. This has been an exciting football game today at the Coliseum. Here's the I formation, the slot I with Gladjo in the slot. Theismann calling the signals. Theismann on a pitch back this time to Gladjo, and Gladjo has a 1st down. He's across the 35. He's down to the 33-yard line. And it's a 1st down for Notre Dame, and that's a total of 15 first downs for Notre Dame today. And the Notre Dame crowd begins to roar. They have the ball on the 33-yard line, and they're moving. They have a little less than 2 minutes to go here in this first half, and Jim Seymour goes out wide to the right. O'Brien is a setback with Duchney in the slot now as Bob Gladjo. As Theismann calls the signals, he's got a 1st down on the 33 of Southern California. Pitches it back here to O'Brien. O'Brien's at the 30. He's down to the 28. He's brought down on the 28-yard line. So mark it on the 28. And so the Irish calling a timeout. There's a timeout on the field with a score. Notre Dame 14, Southern California 7.
But, Alice, we can't take another trip this weekend. What do we use for cash? After last week's trip, Hey, wait a minute. A wife can't go on strike.
Want to take more weekend trips? Go ahead. You can charge it and take up to a year to pay with the new revolving charge on your American Oil credit card. Got one? Get one.
Now, let's go down to the sidelines for our man on the sidelines, Bill Etherton.
Al Parsegian is talking very vigorously to young Joe Theismann. And I was talking to a couple of the Notre Dame linemen a moment ago, Coons and Jim Riley, the big tackles, who said that the difference up front between Purdue and Southern California, or Michigan State and Southern California, is that the defensive linemen read more rather than hand fight their way through. Back to you.
In total offensive plays, Notre Dame has 46, Southern California has 20, to give you an idea of how the Irish have dominated the ball game.
Well, ball control was the object of Coach Ara Parsegian. That's exactly what he wanted. He started his running game off and tested it out. And, of course, he wanted his ball club sharp, and he certainly brought them into California here as sharp as a football team could be, right on edge. Incidentally, Van, the starting center, number 54, Mike Oriot from Spokane, Washington, a junior, was a walk-on football player. He came on and asked the coach if he could play, and he beat out a two-letter man to win that position.
Here's the T formation now with one flanker, Seymour, and the give is to O'Brien. There's no hole, but he still bounces off and manages to get across the 25 to the 24, and Tony Terry is the man who brought him down. Notre Dame leading 14-7. And the ball is, let's call it the 25-yard line. It'll be third down and about a yard and a half to go. Notre Dame lining up now in the pro set with Theismann on the give this time to the fullback. The flags are down, it appears. He fakes there, and he throws to Seymour, and Seymour goes in, but there are flags down all over the place. Now, here's what happened on the play. The fullback, Duchin, he appeared to me to start too soon now.
Well, if it's a motion penalty against Notre Dame, and apparently it is, it's going to mean that we lose, the Irish lose the touchdown. It is called back. That ball is coming back, and it will be against the Irish. Illegal motion, 5 yards. And that is the third penalty the Irish have drawn here for a total of 35 yards. They've got about 35 yards in penalties so far.
We've got about 58 seconds to go. Notre Dame with the ball. They have a third down and about 7 yards to go after the penalty, and Theismann is going back. He gets some protection. He throws one to Seymour, and he's got it at the 10 and out of bounds. Out on the 9-yard line, Jim Seymour grabbed it and got out of bounds, and he had 2 men on him again.
A sideline pass, and as you have pointed out to me so many times, I have become familiar with it now. This fella is impossible to defend against. Seymour on the sidelines. You might say Seymour owns the sideline.
314 yards in offensive yards for Notre Dame today. 181 rushing, 133 passing. First and goal on the 9, but they're battling the clock now. And Theismann on a pitch back here to Gladjo, and Gladjo dives to a back to 7, and that's it. And Jim Snow makes the tackle. Jim Snow made the tackle. There's a timeout on the field with a score. Notre Dame 14, Southern California 7.
In 1968, Irish quarterback Terry Hanratty accomplished an almost impossible feat. He surpassed the all-time offense record set by the legendary George Gipp. Hanratty did it in 2.5 seasons. The Gipper set the mark in 4 full years at Notre Dame. Terry completed 59% of his passes in the first 7 games he played in before being injured, for 116 completions of 197 attempts. Certainly good reason why Terry Hanratty was named to many of the All-American teams this year. Well, we've got 45 seconds remaining on the clock, Van, and if you were quarterbacking, those last 8 yards become the toughest 8 yards of real estate you'll find anywhere in football.
Well, he has an opportunity, of course, Al, to run maybe 2 plays, or certainly 1. He's over talking with Ara Parsegian, he being Theismann, and he still has Scott Hempel in there who can go for the 3, but I would assume that they will try to go here for at least a couple of more plays before they have to kick, and try to get it in and get in there for the 7 rather than the 3 points.
Hempel has kicked 5 out of 7 attempts this year, Van, so he is a good man with the toe. But you see the Irish going for 7.
Here's the pro set now, with Theismann calling the signals. The ball is on the 7, and Theismann now is rolling out to the right, looking for a receiver. He's looking. He's being chased. He's going to be brought down. Way back on the 14-yard line. He couldn't get anybody open. He couldn't get him open, and so Notre Dame calls a timeout. So there's a timeout on the field with a score. Notre Dame 14, Southern California 7.
On defense, inside linebacker Bob Olson from Superior, Wisconsin, leads the Fighting Irish with 112 tackles in the first 9 ball games. Olson has almost twice as many as anyone else. Bob has 7 times thrown runners for big losses. Tim Kelly has come up with 69 tackles, while tackle Mike McCoy has accounted for 64. Now, these 3 men with over 245 tackles this season have furnished a triangle of solid defense for the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Well, that ball now is back at the 14-yard line, Van, and we've got 35 seconds. So 10 seconds have elapsed, and we've lost some yardage. The Notre Dame, the Irish have at least, and with just those few seconds remaining, the toe of Scott Hempel looks better and better all the time. Substitutions for Southern California defensively now. They know they have to dig in, and the Trojans are certainly offering a good, solid defense down inside that 20. Here we go.
Chandler in there, a flanker in there defensively now as a halfback. And here's Theismann on to give to O'Brien. He's back to throw. He throws to Theismann. 5, touchdown, Notre Dame. How do you like that? Theismann handed to O'Brien. O'Brien passed to Theismann, and Theismann scored a touchdown.
The Notre Dame football team is going mad out on that football field. The Irish couldn't be happier. This was the touchdown they wanted, and they got it in the most unorthodox fashion, the most unusual way you could think of. Quarterback to halfback, a pass to the quarterback. Now the point after.
The kick is up. The kick is good. And the score now is Notre Dame 21, Southern California 7. The Irish move 45 yards in 9 plays. And that was certainly a bit of hipper-dipper, and they've evidently been working on that one in South Bend during the past 2 weeks, Al.
Well, as a matter of fact, we had heard, and the grapevine is full of all kind of rumors, that this fella Coley O'Brien, who led the Irish to a 51-0 defeat of Southern California in 1966, might be the starting quarterback today. We'd heard that. Well, apparently, Ara Parsegian and his coaching staff figured that this was one of the expected things, and they had O'Brien ready in case anything happened to Theismann as a backup man, but now he had a chance to pass, and he scores a touchdown by throwing it right back to the young sophomore. Here's the kickoff, man.
Chandler is deep along with O.J. Simpson, and Simpson has got it on the 11. He's back to the 15. He goes to the 20. He's at the 25, and he is hit at the 27-yard line. And hit hard right there. Freeberry in there first, along with Olson. And it'll be first down and 10 to go now for Southern California. They have the ball on their own 27-yard line. And 20 seconds of playing time remaining. Southern California has 2 first downs. Notre Dame has 15, and I gave you a moment ago, over 300 yards total offense in this first half of this ball game. Almost unbelievable. And now Dickerson is flanked out wide to the left. Chandler goes to the right. It's the I formation. And here is the give to O.J. again. And Simpson is up to the 31. Fumble the ball. But Notre Dame in there, but it is covered by Southern California's Simpson. Southern California calling a timeout to stop that clock, which now shows exactly 14 seconds of playing time remaining. And Steve Soggy, the senior quarterback from Gardenia, California, goes over to have a word now with the coach over there, John McKay, with the ball on the 31-yard line. Southern California ranked number 1 on the UP poll. They're ranked number 2 by AP, who calls Ohio State number 1. These teams will meet in the Rose Bowl game not very far from here in Pasadena on New Year's Day. But right now, Southern California engaged in the battle of their lives. They are trailing 21-7 to Notre Dame. And Notre Dame realizing this ball game can make a season for them. They have lost 2 ball games, but if they can beat the number 1 team, they have really made a season for themselves. And if they can succeed in the second half of the ball game of containing the greatest single-season rusher in the history of college football, they really will have accomplished the task, Al Wester.
Well, they have done it so far in this first half. They really put the throttle on O.J., and they put the throttle on Southern California.
Flankers out to the left. One of them, O.J. Simpson, in the slot to the left, and here's Soggy going back to throw. He gets some time. He throws it. It's completed to Dickerson at the 38. He's hit at the 40. He was hit right at the 40-yard line. They're stopping the clock again, and Freeberry's the man who made the tackle, and so Southern California gets that timeout again. The ball is resting on the 40, where it'll be a first down for Southern California.
The Irish now have moved their pass umbrella back. They are going to double cover everybody that goes long. There's going to be no chance to give away a touchdown here. They're leading by 2, 21-7, and they intend to double cover everybody long, and they'll give Southern California, with just seconds on the clock, all of that inside stuff or the sideline stuff. Let them play with that all day long, but they're not going to give them a chance on going all the way. At the moment, the Trojans are back in a huddle around their own 30-yard line. And coming back into the game for Southern California, Steve Soggy. He had gone to the sideline to talk to John McKay, the head coach of Southern Cal, who has in 9 seasons won something like 66 games, lost 24, and tied 2. And has won 2 national championships in the past here.
Wide to the right is Chandler. And they split Miller out to the left, and here's Soggy back to throw. It's batted down again by Mike McCoy. And that is 8 times this year McCoy has knocked the pass down at the line of scrimmage. That stops the clock, with the clock showing now about 4 seconds of playing time remaining. And Southern California goes back in the huddle. Notre Dame leading 21-7 here in the second quarter. Time running out. Chandler's flanked out to the right. And Dickerson is split out to the left. The I formation. And here's Soggy going back to throw once more. He throws one. It's completed at the 48-yard line to Chandler. And Chandler's knocked out of bounds, but the gun goes off, and at the end of the first half, it is score Notre Dame 21, Southern California
21-7, Notre Dame leading here at halftime over the University of Southern California. Here's a little sports quiz now for you football fans across the country. What is longer and wider than Notre Dame's football stadium, houses 10.5 acres under roof, and can accommodate a circus and a basketball game at the same time? Well, the answer is Notre Dame's $8.5 million athletic convocation center. And when we're broadcasting from Notre Dame, from our press box area on top of the west stands, we can see both domes of the magnificent new structure. It houses 2 great arenas. It is equipped for every sport and every student activity. It is one of the finest on any campus in the world today, and officially, the Notre Dame Athletic and Convocation Center will be opened next week. Basketball action, as a matter of fact, Notre Dame and UCLA will take place next Saturday night.
Let's go to the sidelines now, where Bill Etherton has with him All-American quarterback Terry Hanratty.
Man down here, I have never been with a more happy young man than the fellow to whom I'm talking at the moment. Terry, have you ever been higher?
No, it's great out there. They're just playing fast. It's the first time they've put everything together. Our offense is going great, and our defense is really holding no J so far.
What about the play in which O'Brien threw to Theismann after Theismann had given him the ball originally?
It's a very difficult play to defense, Bill, because they're looking for a few things. They're looking for that tear sweep that we run. Then they're looking for the halfback pass to our main receivers, but very seldom do they cover their quarterback on that. And he just swung out there, and he was wide open, and with 6 points.
Has that play been in all year long?
Yes, Bill, it has all year long.
As a matter of fact, wasn't the interception just before that on the same play?
That's right, the same play. But Coley, I thought he could get Jim Seymour, and Jim was open in the end zone, but it was a great defensive play, and the kid made the interception.
Terry, we'll visit more with you later. Go in that locker room right now. Okay. I know you'll want to. Back up to you, Ben.
Very good. And the score here at halftime is Notre Dame 21, Southern California 7.
Not getting any money for it.
Well, what about the first half now? I know you're a great Southern California Trojan fan, Ray. What about it?
Well, I happen to be married to a girl who comes from Southern California, but I happen to be an Irishman from the East. So you can see that I have kind of divided interest. And for some strange reason or other, the last game that I was here in this booth was the game that Notre Dame, Coley O'Brien waxed SC. This looks like I never saw a team up for a game such as the Notre Dame. I never saw more perfection in my life on the field, despite the few errors that were made, an interception. How many first downs did SC get?
Well, I did checking.
Was it 3?
Something like that, right. I had them
3
here.
first downs.
There they are right here. 3 first downs, 17 for Notre Dame.
And the yards rushing, Notre Dame 177, SC 33. Passing yards, Notre Dame 146, SC 38. How many passes attempted? 9 for 13. And SC 5, 7. And the intercepted by Notre Dame, none by SC 3. Now look at that statistic. That's going to show you what kind of a defensive team and what a powerful offense that Notre Dame has brought out here to almost sunny Southern California.
Well, I know one fellow with you, Joe DeFranco, who's a great friend of ours and who lives out here in California and who just practically lives with that Notre Dame team when he can. Is happy about it.
Well, I know Joe for a long, long time, and I know that the boys in New Jersey are certainly going to be very, very happy. The boys overseas, especially with Theismann, who this is his third game, and he looks exactly like a great pro quarterback. I think we've got to give Ara Pasegian a great deal of credit for bringing this team up to this game the way he has. But we've got to remember one other little thing, that it's the second half coming, and that SC is the second half team, and maybe a third and the fourth quarter team.
Well, Ray, I think we're going to have a lot of excitement. It's a great pleasure to have you in our booth, and we appreciate you stopping by here and saying hello to us, and good luck to you.
And thank you. It's a great privilege to be with you.
Ray Bolger, we're going to take a break now on our halftime activities, bring you the latest news. We'll be back here in Los Angeles in 5 minutes.
Bill Maher, Mutual News. In the news at this hour, Harriman to see President Johnson next week. No Nixon cabinet appointments for another week. And a report from Saigon on the freeing of Viet Cong prisoners after this message.
But, Lois, I do love your mother, and I do want to visit her. It's just that if we do, we won't have the cash to take our vacation. Lois?
You can go where you want to go. You can do what you want to do. You can have a ball and charge it all and take up to a year to pay.
You don't need extra cash to do all the things you want to do. Just use the new revolving charge on your American Oil credit card. Charge food, fun, lodgings, and car care coast to coast. And pay for it in pieces with the new revolving charge on your American Oil credit card. Got one? Get one.
You can have a ball and charge it all and take up to a year to pay.
You expect more from American, and you get it. The American Oil Company.
The chief U.S. negotiator at the Paris peace talks, W. Averill Harriman, will leave for the U.S. tomorrow. Harriman has a long-standing commitment to preside over hearings of the Human Rights Commission in Washington next week. But it's a foregone conclusion, and he will confer, of course, with President Johnson and other high government officials, and also possibly with President-elect Nixon. It will be a good week to be absent from Paris, since nothing significant is expected to happen there for about 10 days or more. The man who was slated to head the South Vietnamese delegation to the expanded negotiations has postponed his arrival in Paris. Former Foreign Minister Pham Dong Lam was due in the French capital tomorrow, but now the word is he won't arrive until the middle of next week at the earliest. Most diplomats think Saigon is stalling, waiting until the Nixon administration takes over. In the war, 70 enemy soldiers are reported killed in a 6-hour battle with U.S. 9th Infantry Division troops in the Mekong Delta.
The co-captains of Southern California, Notre Dame, meeting for the second half as the middle of the field again, and the indication by the officials that Notre Dame will kick off, Southern Cal will receive. The defensive unit of Notre Dame, when they go into action, the defensive ends, Chick Lout and Bob Kuchenberg. The tackles, Eric Norrie and Mike McCoy. The linebackers, Larry Schumacher, Joe Freeberry, Bob Olson, and Tim Kelly. Here come the Fighting Irish back onto the football field. Coming out of the tunnel down to our left, the Irish on this side of the field, just down below our broadcast booth, and Southern California across the way. In the deep secondary defensively, Chuck Slop and John Gasser, along with Don Reed at the safety. This will be the defensive unit for Notre Dame. Offensively for Southern California, Miller and Bob Klein at the ends, Jack O'Malley and Sid Smith at the tackles, Fred Kapijan and Steve Lamer at the guards, Dick Allman at center, Steve Sockey quarterbacking, the halfbacks, Bob Chandler and O.J. Simpson, the fullback, Dan Scott. Notre Dame getting set to kick off. Southern Cal getting set to receive. And one for the sports voice, the sports director of the Mutual Network, and the sports voice of Notre Dame, Van Patrick. Van? Bill Edgerton is flying back right after the game to South Bend. You know, tomorrow his wife will be inaugurated as the auditor of the state of Indiana. She's the youngest, I believe, in the history of that state. We want to congratulate Trudy Edgerton and also Bill Edgerton. Bill did a very good job there at Trudy. Yes, he did. I want to say one thing. I'll be going back to New Orleans right after this ball game, providing the two gentlemen from Pinkerton Detective Agency has my car downstairs. If they're there to get me to the airport, I'll be there on time.
All right, we're just about ready to go now with the score 21-7. Notre Dame leading Southern California. And Notre Dame, of course, receiving to start the game. They'll kick off, and Steve Lambert will kick off, and Chandler and O.J. Simpson are the beat men for Southern California. Lambert is talking with the official. Now Notre Dame gathering around the official. They got a little conversation here about something. It's still very overcast, but about 65 degrees here at the Coliseum.
Then we had some beautiful young ladies here, beautiful young queens, 14 of them, from each of the individual college divisions and conferences across the country, from the Atlantic Coast, the Big 8, the Big 10, the major independent universities, the Mid-American, the Missouri Valley, the Pacific 8, the Southeastern, the Southern, the Southwest, and Western athletic conferences. All of these beautiful young queens here and out at halftime. They were introduced individually, and from them, a major queen for the year will be selected. Now the Irish are set to kick off, and Southern California.
All right, here's Lambert of Notre Dame. And here's the booth. It's just one of those sprint kicks bouncing around on the 25, taken up there by Southern California back to the 35. And the tackle is made right there. Reed in on the tackle along with Olson. And it was taken back by Humphrey Covington, number 39 from San Diego. So place the ball on the 35-yard line. And the Southern California cheering section across the field goes to work now. Van Patrick along with Al Wester and Bill Everton from the Los Angeles Coliseum. Out wide to the right is DeCry, and going back now is Sagi. He throws, and it is caught by Dickerson at about the 46-yard line, and he is knocked out of bounds immediately. Knocked out of there by John Gasser. On the play. Number 42 in there for Notre Dame was Tim Kelly. That's the third catch for Dickerson today. They're bringing the chain out for the measurement. So it could be the game plan of John McKay now in the second half to discard the one he possibly might have had in the first half and go to the air in this one, Al. On the Notre Dame goal, Kelly. An outstanding game performance. DeCry is in there. Dickerson has gone out. O.J. Simpson goes in motion to the left, and Sagi on the give this time to the fullback. Scott going straight ahead all the way to the 45-yard line, but there's a flag on the play. Don Reed in on the tackle, along with Gasser, but there was a flag on the play. The indication is it will be against Southern California. We've got 14:30 to go in the third quarter, just getting underway in the second half. Notre Dame leading 21-7. Southern California scored right here in the opening moments of the game on a pass interception. So the Notre Dame came right back, took a 14-7 lead, and then added 7 more in the second quarter. It's no equal procedure, backfield in motion, moves the ball back to the 39-yard line. We're going to be first down and 15 yards to go now for Southern California. Out wide to the left goes Bob Chandler, the young flanker, sophomore, 19 years old. And DeCry to the right, and flag is down again, and here's Sagi back to throw. He's caught, fumbles the ball, and it is covered by Notre Dame. Number 75 in there is Bob Kuchenberg, and Locke is the man that hit him. Now, if the penalty is against Southern California, Notre Dame will decline the penalty and take that football. Let's see what happens here. It was an illegal shift on the part of Southern California, and there's a big discussion now with Bob Olson. The ball is on the 41-yard line, and a penalty also against Notre Dame, so they offset each other, and Notre Dame did not get the ball, although they recovered on a bump. Dickerson is in there again and flanked out wide to the left. Chandler to the right, and Sagi gets to O.J. Number 72, Eric Norrie, in there to make the stop for Notre Dame. He got him on the 43. The series of downs originated on the 46. It'll be third down and 13 yards to go. The ball is midway between the sideline stripes on the Southern California 43-yard line.
Now the cry comes in. Dickerson goes out. They're changing the split ends here for Southern California. Klein is the tight end. Kuchenberg, McCoy, Norrie, and Walk up front. Kelly, Olson, and Freeberry backing up the line. And Chandler flank to the right. Sagi's going back to throw again. He looks, he throws, and it is caught at the 38-yard line. The flag is lifted by Terry Klein, a junior from Long Beach, California, for first down for Southern California. And the ball is on the 38-yard line. And here's the spot now that Notre Dame has been vulnerable all year, Al, that secondary. Chandler's flank to the right, and there is Southern California moving again. The tackle is made by Mike McCoy, with about 5 flags on the play. Both these teams are keyed up as high as you can get them. Both are fired up. This is an important ball game to them. For Notre Dame, it can make a season. For Southern California, it could possibly make them the #1 team in the nation. Illegal motion against Southern California. The penalty has been declined. The ball is back on the 41-yard line. It'll be first down and 13 yards to go. Second down, rather, at 13 yards to go. So Notre Dame, getting Southern California on the loss, wanted to keep the down box moving around. They get the second with it. 15 first downs to 6. As Notre Dame has dominated this ball game. Out of the huddle now. Chandler's flanked out wide to the right. The I formation. Covington is in there at the fullback now for Southern California. 2 flankers, Chandler to the right. And Dickerson out to the left. And here's Sagi throwing the home run ball deep, and it is incomplete. Intended for Sam Dickerson. Down around the 5-yard line, but incomplete. Glock, number 27, was back to cover for Notre Dame, but incomplete. That stops the clock, but it's third down and 13 yards to go.
I've been a little surprised that Southern California has not gone with a long bomb so far. This, I think, was the second time they really cut loose with the long fly passes.
Scott is back in there at fullback. 2 flankers again. Here's Sagi going back to throw. He throws, and this one is batted away and intercepted. It's intercepted, but there's a flag on the play. Intercepted by Schumacher, but there's a flag on the play. Schumacher's finally brought down. It was batted in the air by Glock and intercepted, and they may rule interference here on Notre Dame. Let's see what happens. There's a big discussion on the play. And down on the 28-yard line. They have ruled pass interference against Notre Dame. The ball is marked on the 27-yard line. And it is first down and 10 to go now for Southern California to break for the Trojans. And Dickerson is flanked out wide to the right. They line up in the I formation. Scott and O.J. Simpson in that I formation. Steve Sagi, the quarterback, calling the signals, gives to Simpson, and Simpson trying to go. He gets through the middle, and he runs right into the linebacker, Tim Kelly, along with Eric Norrie, and they bring him down on the 23-yard line. He got 4 on the play going through the middle. What great moves he has. What great deception and speed and power. O.J. Simpson, the Heisman Trophy winner. Mutual Sports, sending you Southern California, Notre Dame from the Coliseum in Los Angeles. Dan Patrick, along with Al Wester and Bill Everton. Chandler's the flanker wide to the right. Dickerson is split out to the left in this I formation, and Sagi is going back to throw again. He looks, he throws, it's caught on the 12-yard line by Chandler. Chandler pulled down immediately on the 12-yard line, but it's a first down for Southern California. And Gasser made the tackle, but the Trojans are coming back.
A first down at the 12-yard line, with Southern California now in striking distance, and they are really roaring back. This Trojan football team came from behind 5 times this year in the last quarter to win big games.
They're down on the 12-yard line. Simpson has it to the 10. Simpson is down to the 7, possibly the 6. O.J. Simpson ripping through the middle. And driving down there, Reed made the tackle along with Olson. They mark it on the 11-yard line of Notre Dame. It's second down.
About 3.5 yards to go. Call it the 6-yard line. I said 11. Check it. 6-yard line. Series started on the 12. So it'll be second down now. Let's call it 4. Down on the 6-yard line of Notre Dame. These Trojans are moving after getting the break on the pass interference. The I formation again. Soggy calling the signal. Soggy on a pitch back to O.J. Simpson going wide. Knocked off his feet. It was Reed. It's the Trojan and goes out of bounds. Inside the 5-yard line. Block and Reed finally got him out of bounds. He was knocked off his feet, but he never hit the ground. That's great balance by Simpson.
Well, this fella has been a great runner all year long. He's extremely hard. If you let him get outside, you've got trouble. And there was the case of almost getting outside. He ran to the wide side of the field. He likes to go wide. And he moves that football down to the 4-yard line. And that is just 4 yards away from the big touchdown USC would like to have to get back into this game.
Third down, about a yard to go for a first down. Chandler's flanked out wide to the right. Soggy calling the signals, gives it again to Simpson, and Simpson is hit down on the 2-yard line. And I believe he got a first down for Southern California. He did, but he was fouled. First and goal to go to the Trojans. They have the ball on the Notre Dame 2-yard line. Notre Dame leading 21-7. We've got 3 minutes. Second here. 11 minutes and about 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and it's been crammed with action. That I formation, the quarterback sneak, and Soggy is down to the foot line and is stopped right there. Olson in there, pushing him right back. He did not get over that final strike. It's on about the 1-foot line. And it's second down and goal to go for the Trojans. They've been a great second-half team all year. And once more, they're battling back. They have it down on the 1. And it's second down and goal to go. You can hear that Southern California rooting section in the background. Goal, goal. Out of the huddle they come with Chandler out wide to the right. Scott and Simpson in the I formation. Scott the great blocking fullback. And Soggy calling the signals. Notre Dame jamming up that line. And Soggy gives to Simpson, and Simpson's at the goal line, but he did not get over. He got it right down there, but he did not go over again. McCoy and Norrie and Ralph, Kuchenberg and Olson and Kelly and Freeberry. And he was trying to get that ball over the line by holding it out, but they kept him right back.
Well, there's a good indication, Van, of the tremendous effort put on there by the Notre Dame defense. Here was Simpson reaching out with his arms and trying to put the football over the goal line, and 2 men jamming his shoulders and everything back so that he couldn't. Here's the third down play, a big one.
Third down and about a foot to go. The nose of that ball is almost there. Soggy with the I formation, Chandler the flanker, and he pitches it out to Simpson. He's going wide. He's wide. He scores! On the keeper on left end. Yards and 14 plays, and Southern California has come back now. They're right back in the ball game.
Well, this football team has been known for charging back, for coming back, and they came out of halftime. They came out charged up. McKay had them ready. Here's the extra point try.
Aiello will try it. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the score now is Notre Dame 21. University of Southern California 14. We'll be back to the Southern Cal kickoff in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Phil Foster. You know, I don't like racing stripes. The only decoration my car's got is a little red and white State Farm mutual stick on the bumper. A sticker that represents low rates and fast service. I wouldn't have a racing stripe in my car. Not after what happened to my friend. He had a little black farm car with a white stripe down the middle, and a truck driver thought it was a hill and drove over him. For your car, your home, your life, and your health, State Farm is all you need to know about insurance.
Notre Dame at their own 40-yard line in a huddle. This is the receiving unit as Southern California gets ready to kick off. 21-14 now. The Fighting Irish lead by a touchdown. Southern Cal started the first quarter intercepting and running back. A Notre Dame pass for 21 yards to score and go ahead 7-0. Then the Irish scored 3 straight times in the first half to lead at halftime 21-7. Now Southern Cal has
move that ball in the third quarter here for the touchdown to put them back in the game. 21-14 is the score. The Trojans will kick and the Irish will receive. Down deep, Coley O'Brien on the near side, and on the far side is Bobby Gladjo. Here's two of the best run-back men in the business. You couldn't ask for two finer scat-backs in this, man. All set, and here's the kickoff.
All right, here's the boot by Asia. And it's taken on the 10-yard line. Taken by Gladjo to the 20 to 25, each to the 27, and tackled and brought down to the 27-yard line. Making the tackle there with the 34 is Joe Overbaugh. And also Carroll Ray in on the tackle to make it first down and 10 to go. For Notre Dame, they have the ball on their own 27-yard line. They have it first down and 10 to go. Notre Dame now only 7 ahead. It's 21-14. Seymour goes out wide to the right. Theismann asking for quiet so they can hear the signals. The throw set with Gladjo in the slot. O'Brien and Duchney, and the give now is to Duchney, and Duchney fouls up to the 30-yard line. And second, Coley O'Brien was the ball carrier, and he was following the fullback and also the guard in there, and he moved it up to the 30-yard line. Riley was doing a good job. Jim Riley, the tackle. Out wide to the right now goes Gladjo. Seymour split to the left. Double wing formation, and Theismann calling the signal. Theismann on the keepers at the 30, he's at the 35, and he's out of bounds. Tight roping there, right in front of the Notre Dame bench for the first down. And it's the first down for Notre Dame. And they have it on the 40-yard line. It's still in Notre Dame's territory. First down and 10 to go.
Theismann with a big game there. This fella can run the football at any time. He's always a threat. He'll break up the middle, and then he will bootleg with nobody around. Just he and the football, and he'll bootleg and gain yardage on you.
One flanker, the double wing formation, and the give is to Duchney, and Duchney goes to the 44, and he's thrown back, and the sun is breaking through here for the first time today. Snow is the man who made the tackle. And Joe Overbaugh, the defensive left end from Buda Park. Gunn is the right end. Collins and Terry are in at the tackles. Ball, Scott and Jensen, Berko, Bible, Shaw, and Young, and then defensively. It will be second down now for Notre Dame, and about 6 yards to go with the ball on the 44-yard line in Irish territory. And the pitch is to O'Brien. O'Brien gets a couple. And Tony Terry makes the stop for Southern California on the 47-yard line. It will be third down and 3, and most of the day, Theismann has been able to cope with those third down situations. And when they unpile, they mark it on the 46. So that will mean third down and 4 yards to go now for Notre Dame. And they have the ball on their own 46-yard line. Notre Dame breaking out of the 100. 4-yard over the ball. Tuck and McKenzie the guards. Riley and Coons the tackles. They line up in the I formation now with a slot back. Seymour split out to the left. He has not gone to Seymour yet in this half. And the give now, the keeper, Theismann, with a trail. He's at the 50, the 45. He's at the 40 before he's knocked out of bounds by Jim Gunn. And he had a back trailing him out there just in case he wanted to lateral back to O'Brien. He couldn't.
15 yards there. This fella is absolutely unpredictable. That's 25 yards in the last 5 plays. 2 of those plays belonging to Theismann. 25 big yards that he's picked up. He'll run you crazy with that bootleg run. You just can't defense it unless you put a man out there to sit on the quarterback.
9 carries, 42 yards. Theismann on the give this time to O'Brien. O'Brien fighting his way through the middle of the Southern California line to the 34. And Jim Gunn makes the tackle. A 6-yard gain by Coley O'Brien. We're throwing a touchdown pass in this game today. 21-14, Notre Dame leads. 7 minutes, 15 seconds of playing time remaining in the third quarter. And what a ball game we're having today at the Coliseum. Notre Dame has 216 yards rushing so far in this game. Here's that I formation again. And Theismann dropped on the 35. In there was John Blanche, the linebacker on the left side to make the stop on Theismann. That was the option play. So he lost a yard on the play. It'll be third down and 5. And once more, Theismann confronted with the third down situation.
He's got a big one coming up here, though, because of field position. Every time you move inside that USC 40-yard line, they begin to tighten in there on you and to make it a lot more difficult. They have stuck to the running game, and I wouldn't be surprised if this time we don't see Theismann go to the air.
He has O'Brien and Seymour wide to the left, and he gives on the draw play to Glasgow, and he was tripped up and dropped on the 34-yard line. And making the tackle was Tony Terry, and what a ball game he's played. Aided by Bob Jensen, the backer on the right side. 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
This is WNUS and WNUS FM, Chicago.
Bob Fierietta is in today, and it's the first time that Notre Dame has kicked in this ball game. He gets the pass back and puts a high spiral that's going to roll, and it's stopped. A very short kick. Tony O'Brien killed the ball. Fierietta did not want to kick it into the end zone, and he just got it a few yards. That's all. 6 yards. Well, the ball is on the 28-yard line now. Belongs to the Southern California Trojans. And this crowd at the Coliseum begins to take on new interest now. The Southern California Trojan fans. There's a timeout on the field with a score, Notre Dame 21, Southern California 14.
Pneumatic tire and started American gas-powered automobiles riding on air. In 1947, B.F. Goodrich introduced the first puncture-sealing tubeless tire and gave car owners an extra margin of safety. Today, B.F. Goodrich launches the radial age with a tire built a whole new way for modern driving. The Silvertown Radial 990. It lasts up to 15,000 miles longer. Handles easier, rolls so smoothly on Dynacore rayon cord, it even increases gas mileage up to 10%. The Silvertown Radial 990, only at B.F. Goodrich.
BFG Silvertown radial tires are available at B.F. Goodrich stores and dealers across the country. The University of Southern California will put it in play on their own 28-yard line. They have a first down coming up as the defense of the Fighting Irish now spread. And defensively, we've got Lauk and Kuchenberg up on the front line at the ends. Norrie and Coy at the tackles. Schumacher, Freeberry, Olson, and Kelly are the linebackers. Here it is, first down, Southern Cal on their own 28-yard line, 21-14. The Fighting Irish lead as the officials blow the whistle and we put it in play. High formation with two flankers. Candler's wide to left, Simpson in motion to the left. Stocky on the give this time to Scott. And Scott is hit at the 30-yard line and back. Our statistician got years break this point of the fact that if O'Brien had not stopped that kick on the bounce, he might have wound up with minus yardage on the kick. That would have been something brand new and footnote. I guess it's happened before. But it would have been unusual. The ball is on the 31. It'll be second down and 7 to go for Southern California from their own 31. Two flankers again. Dickerson out wide to the left. Chandler to the right. Sharkey's back to throw. He throws and he's belted as he turns it loose, and it is batted down on the 30-yard line. Almost intercepted by John Gasser. It was intended for Chandler and batted down, and I want to tell you, Sagi was really belted just as he let that ball go. 5 minutes of playing time remaining in the third quarter. Sagi is 8 out of 13 for 79. It's 21-14. Notre Dame leading Southern California. Now DeCry comes in and Dickerson goes out. That's a change of the flanker. Chandler's flank out wide to the right. DeCry goes to the left. It's the eye for him. He's going back to throw again. And he's looking for Simpson. Throws a swing pass to him, and he's got it at the 34. And he's dropped on the 35-yard line by Bob Olson. A swing pass out there, and he almost got into the open field that time. Then you would have seen a foot race. Yes, you would have. This fellow has tremendous speed. He has run the 100 in 9.4. You can pick him up and put him down, and he led his first year at Southern California, which was his junior year. He was a transfer. He helped lead the track team to the NCAA record. O'Brien and Gladjo are deep. Young will kick his fourth down, and he gets his kick away.
they let it roll. It goes on down to the 15-yard line, still rolling, on down to about the 12. So what a tremendous kick he got away, 53 yards. 53 yards on the kick. In this second half, 51 yards and 53 yards on the kick by Young. Johnny Young, a sophomore from La Mesa. So mark the ball. Let's call it the 12. It's closer to the 12. So make it 1st and 10 from the Notre Dame 12. The Irish leading by only 7. 21-14. They did have a 21-7 lead. Southern California led 7-0. The Notre Dame got 14 in the first quarter. The throw set now with Seymour flanked out to the right. And here's Theismann on the keeper. He's at the 15. He comes to the 20. And he's brought down from behind on the 24-yard line, and he almost got away. In there, number 46, Jerry Shaw caught him from behind. He almost got away.
A beautiful block set up there by Tom McKinley, the right guard. He pulled out there, and he really laid the timber to Joe Abima, the defensive left end. Blocked him out, kept him clean cold out there as Theismann went into the hole and made the game.
Double wing formation. The give is to Duchney, and Duchney is to the 28. First down was picked up to the 24-yard line. And Scott and Perry made the tackle on Duchney, the fullback. The ball is on the 28-yard line. Duchney, in 11 carries, has gained 42 yards. He's been quite a pass receiver, too, in the ball game. O'Brien to the left, Seymour to the right. He's caught 3 passes. He being Duchney, and here's Theismann going back to throw. He looks, fakes, looks, throws one deep to Seymour, and a comeback pattern to finish it out of bounds. Mike Battle, the great little safety man there, intercepted the ball, but out of bounds. Well, let's see what's happening around here on the bench, and I notice Bill Etherton has been over there checking over on the bench, and we'll get to him as soon as he picks up some information on the Notre Dame bench. It'll be 3rd down coming up and 6 yards to go with the ball on the 28-yard line. 3rd down, midway between the sideline stripes on the Notre Dame 28. Now Seymour goes out to the right. Coley O'Brien is split to the left. The clock shows 3 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And Theismann is going back to throw again. He's running for his life. He's scrambling. He throws incomplete. The crowd is yelling for the intentional grounding of the ball. But no flag was thrown. No flag was thrown, so it'll be 4th down coming up. Theismann is 8 out of 13 for 120 yards. And they're yelling intentional grounding. Theismann was scrambling for his life on that one. 16 and 17, Durko and Battle are dropping back here. It's 4th down. The Arietta is back in kick formation. The one time he's kicked one only 6 yards, and he boots this one. It's short. And it's coming down on the 45. He gets a roll on it, and it goes on down to the 29-yard line. There's a timeout on the field with a score. Notre Dame 21, Southern California 14.
Hello, I'm Pat Paulson. For years, I have heard Phil Foster talk about State Farm car insurance. He has said that State Farm Mutual, the world's biggest car insurer, covers more than 10 million cars, that State Farm is growing faster than ever, and that they offer really fast claim service. Words cannot express how much that excites me.
For your car, your home, your life, and your health. State Farm is all you need to know about insurance.
From the 29, the give is to Simpson east of the 31 and brought down on the 31-yard line. McCoy and Chiplock in there to make the tackle. And the ball is marked on the 31. Jay Stanley in there now defensively for Notre Dame. The series originating on the 29-yard line of the Trojans. They have it now 2nd down coming up at 8 from the right 31. Nickerson is flanked out to the right, the I formation. Chandler is in the slot to the right. And back goes Soggy. He gives on the counter play to O.J. Simpson, and he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. That was a good by Tim Kelly, and McCoy made the tackle. Let's go down to Bill Etherton. Terry Henry then is here with me. Terry, your thoughts on the game right now?
No, it's going great. I think the second half is going to depend on who's going to make the fewest amount of mistakes and who can capitalize on mistakes. It's just a great game today.
Great comeback by Southern Cal.
Sure was.
Back up to you, Ben. All right, Bill.
Wide to the right is Chandler. He's way wide to the right. Soggy in the I formation is going back to throw again. He looks, he throws one. It is caught over there on the 41-yard line by DeClyde. He's knocked out of bounds by Chuck Rock immediately. He's knocked out of bounds at the 41-yard line. It'll be a first down for Southern California. You can just feel the surge of Southern California coming back in this ball game now.
The momentum, Van, as I pointed out earlier a few minutes ago to you, it seemed like the whole momentum of the game, offensively and defensively, now has changed over, and this unsure Southern California team is beginning to move that football. Here it is, first down, Southern Cal.
Soggy is going back to throw again. He throws one. It is incomplete. Intended for the fullback, Scott. McCoy almost batted that one down. Pat Mudrin is in there defensively in a tackle now for Notre Dame. And they're moving one where it'll be second down and 10 to go for Southern California. Dickerson comes in. DeCry goes out. The clock shows now 1 minute and 47 seconds of playing time remaining in the third quarter. Notre Dame leading 21-14. And now Chandler's flanked wide to the right. Dickerson is split to the left. The I formation. And here's Soggy going back to throw again. He's being chased out there. He's brought down on the 35-yard line. He was hit. Bob Olson, the captain, along with Pat Mudrin, in there to make the stop, and Bob Kusenberg of Hobart, Indiana. They make the stop on Soggy on the 35. It'll be third down and 16 yards to go. So, one of the biggest third downs of the ball game now for young Steve Soggy, the senior quarterback from Southern California. DeCry is back in. Dickerson goes out. That's a change of the blanket. DeCry is flanked out to the left. Wide to the right now is Chandler. It's a third down, remember, and back goes the quarterback, Soggy. He throws one deep out here. It's caught at the 49-yard line by Bob Chandler. It was caught by Chandler, and we'll have to wait and see whether he got enough for that first down or not. Gasser was over there, along with number 42, Tim Kelly. So they might have to get the chain in for a measurement. So they'll have to bring it in. Sure, you've heard about radial tires. You know they're different. But what does that mean for you? Well, take the B.F. Goodrich Silvertown radial. Its radial cords run parallel to each other, no crisscrossing, no rubbing. So they stay cooler, last longer. A rigid cord belt keeps the Silvertown radial running straighter, smoother, and reaction sidewalls hold all the tread on the road. So you drive easier, ride smoother, safer, and get up to double the mileage of ordinary tires. All good reasons to try the BFG Silvertown radial. Well, it is now fourth down and about a foot to go. Looks like they're going to go for it here, Al.
And here's the official attendance, 82,659.
Fourth down, and the Notre Dame defense with their work cut out right now. They move those linebackers up in tight. Chandler's the only flanker. He's wide to the left. The quarterback sneaks. And Soggy hits the line, but we'll have to wait and see. I believe he's made it. That's 11 first downs for Southern California. They have not waved it ahead yet, but I believe he made it. And they're calling time here while they unpile him. Soggy came up with a big play there when he had the third down and the 16 yards to go. And now with the fourth down and inches in midfield and trailing, 21-14, it's a first down for Southern California. They have the ball on the Notre Dame 47-yard line. First and 10 to go. They trail by 7. So the Trojans break out of the huddle. They send Dickerson out wide to the left. They line up in the I formation. In the slot is Chandler to the left. And the tight end is Klein on the right side. And Soggy is back to throw. He looks. He's being chased back on the 40. He's right chase, throws, and it is caught on the 35-yard line by Dickerson. And Dickerson is forced out of bounds on the 32. What a remarkable reception he made.
There was a great catch, a sideline catch they'll be talking about for a long time. A tremendous catch by Sam Dickinson, the sophomore from Stockton. Almost immediately on the catch as he went high in the air to pull her in. He was hit out of bounds. But Southern California now is moving. They've kept that ball moving all the way. 8 straight times now they moved the ball successfully down the field. This is the 9th down in a row for them. So, Ben, let's see what happens on this one.
And Soggy's going back to throw again. He looks, he throws, and it's incomplete. Intended out there for DeCry. Soggy is now 12 out of 19 for 119 yards in passing. And so they whistled it back to the 33-yard line where it'll be second down and 10 to go for Southern California. They're trailing 21-14 to Notre Dame. We've got 20 seconds of playing time remaining in the third quarter. Nice to have you with us wherever you are, across the nation or around the world today. Dickerson and Chandler each have caught 4 passes today for Southern California. And now Dickerson is back in and flanked out to the right. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. And back goes Soggy to throw again. He is hit back there and he's brought down. Back on the 44-yard line, and coming in there is Tim Kelly, the linebacker from the outside on the left. Let's go to Bill Edwards.
Out on the sidelines, I've been watching Don Reed being taped. He has a sore left ankle, and we expected Southern California to work on the inexperienced Notre Dame safety, Brian Llewellyn, who has not played hardly at all this year. But right now, Reed is back out there.
And there's a timeout on the field with the score. Notre Dame 21, Southern California 14.
Hello, I am Phil Foster. Notice the difference in my speech? Of course. I have been taking speech lessons. Now I can say State Farm Mutual, the world's biggest car insurance, shows more than 10 million cars and is going faster than ever without the Brooklyn accent. The only trouble is, nobody in old neighborhood knows what I'm talking about.
For your car, your home, your life, and your health, State Farm is all you need to know about insurance.
Got it? O.J. Simpson, 46 yards and 18 carries this afternoon. That is what we have there. Soggy has lost 8 yards and 11 carries. Just to give you an idea of comparative statistics on the performances of Southern California. 21-14, Notre Dame leads. We have approximately 6 seconds remaining here in the third period at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. What a battle with Southern California on the scoreboard first and leading 7-0. Notre Dame coming back for 2 touchdowns in the first period, leading 14-7, adding a touchdown in the second quarter. At halftime, it was 21-7. Southern Cal came out after the first half was over, came right back with a touchdown, 21-14, and here's Southern Cal again. Dickerson wide to the right. Soggy's back to throw again. He gets some time this time. Now the whole Cozy's going up with the ball. He's at the 35. He is finally brought down. Down on the 33-yard line. Olsen brought him down. The gun sounds. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. Notre Dame 21, Southern California 14.
This is Pat Paulson, shrewd political commentator, here to explain a few political terms to those of you who are not familiar with the dog-eat-dog world of politics. Perhaps you have been confused by the term dark horse candidate. A dark horse candidate is a person who comes up suddenly from behind. Many of America's drivers can be described as dark horse candidates. That's why it pays to have car insurance from State Farm Mutual, the world's biggest car insurer. Because State Farm can, in most cases, protect your car for less money. And because State Farm has more than 13,500 agents and claim representatives, they can also give you fast service in case you should suddenly encounter a dark horse. Like, for instance, a black Mustang. For your car, your home, your life, and your health, State Farm is all you need to know about insurance.
The beginning of the fourth quarter here. At the end of 3 quarters of play, Notre Dame 231 yards rushing, 147 yards passing. The Irish total offense 378 yards. For Southern California, after 3 quarters, 52 yards rushing, 119 yards passing, a total of 171 yards. 171-yard total offense for Southern California, 378 yards for Notre Dame. Southern Cal now has possibly the most important play so far in the ball game coming up. It's a 4th down situation. 4th and 11. The ball is on the Notre Dame 33-yard line. The Trojans are back in a huddle between the 45 and the midfield stripe. We have 15 minutes of playing time remaining as the sun now has cut through the haze here in Southern California. And the far end of the stadium, the clock end, where the giant scoreboard is mounted, is lit with the sun. It's been a typical battle between these two great football teams that have produced some of the fabulous scores in football and some of the fabulous games down through the years. The Irish coming from behind, taking the lead and holding it as we go into this final 15-minute period, 21-14. Southern Cal comes to the line with a big fourth down. And once again, here is Van Patrick.
All right, Al, it's the I formation again with the two flankers. It's fourth down, remember. About 11 yards to go, and Sagi's calling the signals. He's going back to throw. He's being chased out there. He's still looking. He throws, and it's incomplete. McCoy was putting the pressure on Sagi that time, and Notre Dame takes over. On the 33-yard line, it'll be Notre Dame's ball.
I have a feeling, Van, that if the Irish prevail here, that the game ball just may go to that big feller, Mike McCoy. What a game he has played defensively. He's knocked down two passes with his hands, and he has intimidated that quarterback all afternoon.
The Trojan horse is loose now at the end of the field as Notre Dame takes over and Southern California goes on the offense. With a double wing formation and Theismann on a pitch back to Gladjo. And Gladjo cutting back. Gets up to the 40-yard line. Willard Scott, the middle backer, brings him down. He got 7 yards on the carry, so it'll be second down and 3 yards to go. 7 yards he gained on the play. 21-14, Notre Dame leading. We're starting play in the final quarter. 15 carries, 106 yards for Gladjo, the leading rusher on this ball club. Seymour, they have not thrown to him in the second half. Is flanked out wide to the right. And here's Theismann on a give now to Gladjo. He is to the 45-yard line. Was dropped right there. He should have a first down. It's a first down. 5 yards on the play. So they mark it on the 45, 46-yard line. Call it, make it first down at 10 to go. On the 46. Now out wide to the right goes Seymour. He's the only flanker. Douche needs the setback with Coley O'Brien, and the give is to O'Brien. O'Brien cracking it over left guard. Gets to the 48, possibly the 49. The right side of that line with John and Terry leading the defense there for Southern California and making the stop. And they bring him down. They're going to mark it right on the 49-yard line. So it'll be second down and 7 yards to go. 3 yards on the play. 13 carries, 41 yards for O'Brien. O'Brien and Gladjo are both wide to the right. It's one-on-one coverage on these two. And now Theismann is going back to throw. He looks, he throws, and it is intercepted by Southern California. By Shaw. He's at the 30, the 35, the 40. He's at the 45. He's at the 46. He's brought down and looked for this foul count.
Great run back by Jerry Shaw, who has played both the left and the middle linebacker. That's his second interception of the day. And Southern California now in this fourth quarter has possession. That is first in their mind. Possession of the football and a chance to tie it up.
4 interceptions today for Southern California. Great field position. O.J. Simpson going out wide to the right. Sagi is going back to throw. He throws one over the middle. It's completed the tight end line at the 50-yard line. That's the first time today they've gone to him. A gain of 4 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 6 to go. McCoy over there making the tackle. And the ball will be marked on the 50-yard line, where it'll be second down and 6 yards to go. Notre Dame leading 21-14, 12 minutes, 50 seconds to play here at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. 82,659, and nobody has left this stadium. Dickerson is going out wide to the left. Chandler is split to the right. The I formation with O.J. Simpson to the top of that I. Sagi calling the signals. Sagi on a long count gives to Simpson, and Simpson cuts back, makes the move, and goes down to the 47-yard line. Chitlock in on the tackle, and they'll mark it on the 47-yard line. O.J. Simpson making a great move, getting about 4 yards on the play. It'll be third down with the ball resting on the 47-yard line. Simpson in 19 carries has gained 50 yards today. Now Chandler's out wide to the right. Dickerson is split to the left. The I formation again. Sagi calling the signals.
Taking a long cadence count this time, and he pitches it back to Simpson. He's cutting back, gets a block, but he's going to be pulled down on the 45-yard line by Eric Norrie, who stayed with him all the way, and Pat Buckland in there making it second Norrie all the way. McCoy again over on the side, the linebacker coming up, Kelly. And they'll mark it on the 46. Check it now. That's right, on the 46. It's closer to that 46. And it's fourth down. And about a yard and a half to go. And so Southern California will go for it again. 11 and a half minutes to play. And they're gambling now with the ball on the 46-yard line. It's the I formation with Chandler, the lone flanker, out wide to the left. And Soggy is going back to throw. He throws one to Klein, and Klein has got it on the 43. And the tackle is made right there. Tackle is made right there. It's a first down for Southern California on the 43-yard line of Notre Dame. Let's go to the sidelines and Bill.
And indicative of the physical toll that the savage contest is exacting. Both teams going off the field immediately go to the oxygen.
All right, the I formation again. The ball on the 43.5-yard line. They have marked it. And here's Soggy going back to throw. Throws one out there that's caught at the 40-yard line. And Chandler trying to break the tackle can. He's dropped. Llewellyn is in there now and making the tackle on the play. But Notre Dame with their work cut out for them as these Trojans are really fired up and driving. They have it second down and 7 yards to go on the Notre Dame 40-yard line with Notre Dame leading 21-14. Southern California breaks out of the huddle again. They send Sam Nickerson out wide to the left. Chandler's in the slot to the left. It's the I formation with O.J. Simpson in the top of the I, and it's Soggy going back to throw again. He gets great protection, throws the home run ball down in the end zone. It's caught. You'll hear crowd noise. The kick is up. There it is. Ball game is tied. Well, the score is Notre Dame 21, Southern California 21. And we'll be back with Southern California's kickoff. You know, when you figure the gas mileage you get from your car, ever figure how much your tires have to do with it? Well, your tires can actually improve your gas mileage up to 10%. If they're B.F. Goodrich Silvertown radio tires. That's right, BFG Silvertown radios are built a different way to roll easier, to roll straighter, make less drag on your car engine, save you up to 10% on gasoline. Another good reason to try B.F. Goodrich Silvertown radio. Well, we've heard a lot about Southern California being a second-half team, and we're seeing it out here today. They've come back with 14 points in the second half. And they've got Notre Dame hanging on right now. Soggy is 16 of 24 for 168 yards. Dickerson has caught 5 for 88 yards. They went 54 yards in 6 plays. The TD covered 40. Al?
Well, we can understand exactly why the Southern California football team has been able to come behind as much as they have. 5 times in the first 9 games, the first 9 victories of the year, they came from behind. 5 out of the 9 games, they came from behind to win it in the fourth quarter. Now they have tied Notre Dame. Southern Cal will kick off, and the Irish now will either have to generate the impetus to put that football down there or give it up. And, of course, that's exactly what the Trojans are looking for, possession of the football. From here on in, this next 10 minutes and 15 seconds will depend on who's got the ball.
Payea's kick is a good one. All the way down in the end zone. It's taken both. They let it go. Raggio lets it go out of the field and play. It'll be down. He'll be brought back out to the 20. And it'll be first down and 10 to go now for Notre Dame as they have the ball on their own 20-yard line. And the ball game is tied at 21 all here at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. Well, let's see what happens here. They've got a discussion. There was a flag on the play, so they're going to have to do it all over again. Southern California will kick over. Notre Dame has let the ball go into the end zone.
Mutual Sports, sending from Los Angeles, the Notre Dame Southern California game. We hope wherever you are, across the nation or around the world, you're enjoying the ball game. Offside against Southern California, so they'll have to kick from the 35-yard line.
This could be a real break for the Irish because starting 80 yards away is one thing, and if that kick is a little shorter now and they have a reasonable run back, they should have it out to the 30 or 35-yard line. It's a little bit of a different operation from there. And there's plenty of time in this football game. We could see 2 or 3 more touchdowns put on the board easily here. 21-21. Notre Dame in Southern California as the Trojans tee it up at their 35-yard line after the 5-yard penalty.
O'Brien and Gladjo are the deep men there around the 8-yard line. Here's the whistle and the boot. Good end-over-end kick coming down here to Gladjo at the 10. He goes back to the 15, he goes to the 20, the 25, he goes to the 30, fights his way forward to the 34, and there's a flag on the play. A flag on the play. Fowler's the man who made the tackle. Well, let's see what happens here. The officials in a big discussion about it. The ball is on the 34-yard line. Heisman is fighting in now at quarterback. And it's a personal foul, and it's against Southern California. 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
This is WNUS and WNUS FM, Chicago.
First down and 10 now from the Notre Dame 48, a 15-yard penalty, a personal foul against Southern California. Ball game tied, 21-21, 10 minutes, 5 seconds to go. The double wing formation with Duchney, the setback, and here's Theismann on the keeper. 12 carries, 55 yards to Theismann. Second and 8. Theismann is asking for quiet so they can hear the signal. Notre Dame and Oriard at center, Duncan McKinley at the guards, Jones and Riley at the tackles. And they go back now into the huddle again, so there's a timeout on the field with the score, Notre Dame 21, Southern California. Hold it, let's hold it, let's stay right with it here. As the official that called the time, and now they go again. So here's Seymour, out wide to the right. Split out to the left is Coley O'Brien. Gladjo. Here's the setback. In the slot is Duchney, and the give is to Gladjo. He tries the middle of that line, runs right into Willard Scott, the middle backer. As he reaches the 48-yard line, first down and 10 to go on the 25-yard line. This is Van Patrick along with Al Wester and Bill Etherton, our statistician, Buck Jersey, that's certainly been a thrill for us all year. It's broadcasting the Notre Dame games because I don't know of a dull one, Al, we've had all year. And I appreciate deeply the great cooperation we've had from the athletic department, from Moose Krause, head coach Aaron Farsi, and the staff, Roger Valdesari, and everybody connected with the university, as well as the schools that Notre Dame has played this year. Wide to the left now goes Coley O'Brien, and here to the right is Jim Seymour, who just caught the big pass, the only time they've thrown to him, and the give now is to Duchney at the 21. He's to the 21, he got 4 on the play. He's stopped in there by Jim Snow, so mark it on the 21. And I kept saying, Al, they have not passed to Seymour in the entire second half, and they finally threw a big one to him.
That was probably the biggest pass he's caught this year.
Here's the tight I formation now with no flankers. Theismann calling the signals. He gives it back here to Gladjo, and Gladjo fights his way down to the 16-yard line. We've got exactly 1 minute of playing time remaining in this ball game and the clock moving. And the ball is spotted now on the 12-yard line. Notre Dame has 66 rushing plays and 279 yards. Notre Dame comes out of it. They've got 45 seconds to go. They're lining up in that I formation again. And Theismann calling the signals. He gives it off here to O'Brien. O'Brien is tripped up at the 11. So he only got about a yard on the play. He did not get a first down. And Jim Snow is the man who made the tackle. Notre Dame got the timeout. They'll have 4th down and just about, I would say, a yard and a half or 2 to go. So what happens here? Looks like Scott Hempel may have to go to work here, Al, with a 4th down.
Well, that's just what the coaches have been doing. On the sideline there, number 52, Scott Hempel from Copley, Ohio. young fellow who had 5 for 7 in the field goal department and who a moment ago kicked short on his attempt for a field goal, has been talking with the coach. They're standing on the sideline talking to them now, and they're trying to put that ball, they have tried diligently to move it down the field as far as they could in the field goal position. Now we've got 4th down and a yard and a half, maybe. A yard and a half.
You know, one strange thing about it, Al, is they ran O'Brien to the right, and that ran it away from the goalpost. They have it on the hash mark over to the right, so it could be that Scott Hempel kicks better from an angle.
It could be at that.
Unusual.
It would be a little different. It's brought out to the hash mark there at the 21-yard line, which, when it is placed down, it will probably be attempted from about the 23, and that'll be a 33-yard field goal.
So it's a long one. It's an angle to the right. Hotchapel is in there at center. Theismann will hold. The ball is spotted. The kick is up. It's in that direction. Good. It was no good. It was off to the right. So he went for that angle and he missed it. And so Southern California takes over with 29 seconds to go. So Notre Dame had a great opportunity to wrap it up right there.
With the clock running, about 29 seconds. And say, Van, we've got another telegram here. We caught one during the season from Mr. E.J. Roman and family there in Passaic, New Jersey. He says, as usual, television on, volume off, volume up on radio for a great broadcast.
Back goes Soggy. He's looking. He throws it. Caught by Simpson. He's at the 39-yard line. O.J. Simpson grabbed that one. And he's got it at the 39-yard line. And he was brought down there by Llewellyn on the 39. So there's one thing about it here. Tom McKay is going all out with that ball on the 39-yard line now. They have it first down and 10 to go. Well, Notre Dame had the opportunity. They had the field goal attempt, and it was wide to the right. 21-21 is the score. And we have just about 20 seconds of playing time remaining. That's the situation. Southern California scored for us. Notre Dame came back with 14 points in the first quarter. But Southern California has dominated this ball game in the second half, and they've scored 14 points. They've had 2 field goal attempts here in the second half, but they haven't been able to get it over. So the score tied at 21-21. We have 20 seconds of playing time remaining. And Southern California has the football on the 39-yard line in their own territory. And that is the situation as they break out of the huddle. And they send Dickerson out wide to the left. Signals are being called now by Steve Soggy, who's turned in a great job at quarterback. He's going back to throw again. He looks, he throws the home run ball downfield. It is incomplete. Into the hands of Dickerson and out way down on the 14-yard line. O.J. Simpson was also down there. But in the hands and out. So that stops the clock with about 11 seconds to go. And it's coming back to the 39 again. Soggy is 17 of 27 for 187 yards in this ball game. That's the situation. What a ball game this has been today. 21-21. That's the situation. Now DeCry is in there and flanked out to the left. Chandler goes to the right. Soggy calling the signals. He's going back to throw again. He's looking. He's going to be caught. He fumbles the ball. And let's see who got it. I believe Southern California recovered. Southern California recovered the ball on the 37-yard line. There's the gun. That's the end of the ball game. And the final score is Notre Dame 21, Southern California 21. In just a moment, we'll present the wrap-up of today's game.
Pat Paulson, literary critic here. Today, in the interest of intellectual achievement, I am devoting this minute to a stimulating literary critique. My subject is a work I hold dear, my State Farm Mutual bumper sticker. I know as reading matter, it's a bit short. It certainly lacks the subtle style of, say, a license plate. Nevertheless, I feel that a State Farm bumper must reading for every driver because it contains the answers to life's most pressing, in fact, life's most crunching problems. Answers like a network of more than 13,500 agents and claim representatives across the country, ready to help you wherever you drive. A State Farm sticker is indispensable to a well-stocked library. It's even better on a car bumper. For your car, your home, your life, and your health. State Farm is all you need to know about insurance.
This is Van Patrick, back at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. Let's go down to the sidelines behind Bill Ettinger. Man, it was a dejected group of Irish football players who have left the field. They had victory within their grasp. They felt at halftime. And then this tremendous and very great national champion Southern California team came back in the very beginning of the second half. Momentum shifted, as you know. And, of course, the Irish had an opportunity for a field goal to win by 3 way at the end, but the kick was wide. It's been a real pleasure to work with you and Al and Frank and all the people all year long. All I can say is this is Bill Etherton, who's going to go back to South Bend, not very happy. Back to you, Bill. All right, Bill, and the Southern California band is out on the field. They are retiring O.J. Simpson's number 32, and Earl McCullough, who's a great sprinter and now a pro player, is out there with O.J. Simpson, that Southern California band. Our stations need 30 seconds. We'll be back after this.
You know, you don't have to tote a football to be a hero. Take it from me, Bill Bailey. You can be a hero to your wife and family by toting home a bucket or a barrel of Colonel Sanders' finger-licking good Kentucky Fried Chicken. And there's no better time than tonight. After the game, hop into your car and head for your neighborhood Kentucky Fried Chicken take-home. Score big with the whole family.
O.J. Simpson's longest run in this ball game today was only about 6 yards, and he carried the ball 21 times. He gained 54 yards, and that's the lowest in his 2-year career. Against Oregon, he rushed 23 times and gained 63 yards. That was in 1967. He's getting a tremendous ovation now as they are retiring number 32. But don't let this ball game today fool you. He is one tremendous football game. A quick summary now on the scoring. Southern California, after Notre Dame had received the kickoff to start the game, they ran a couple of plays, and then Theismann threw a pass, and Sandy Durko intercepted on the 21 and ran it in for a touchdown. The kick was good, and it was 7-0 in favor of Southern California before the crowd had a chance to get seated. But climaxing a drive of 86 yards of 18 plays, Goochney went over on a 3-yard dive. The extra point was booted by Hempel. That tied the ball game at 7-7 with 7:55. And then Gladgio on a brilliant 57-yard run. Hempel made it 14-7. In the second quarter, Theismann on a 13-yard pass to, Theismann to O'Brien, and then O'Brien back to Theismann, or just the opposite. It was Theismann to O'Brien and then to Theismann. We're getting the speech on the field now by O.J. Simpson, but we do not have a microphone over there. So Theismann, O'Brien, and Theismann, and a touchdown to put Notre Dame out in front, 21-7. Simpson on a 1-yard run, and the kick was good. It was 21-14. Then in the fourth quarter, with 4:46, Dickerson caught a 40-yard pass from Steve Stoggy. The extra point was good, and that made it 21-21. Notre Dame missed a couple of field goal tries in the final moments of the game, and had a chance to win it with a three-pointer, but Scott Hempel's kicks were no good. One was short, another was wide to the right. So that's just about the story here at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. My thanks to the engineering, Ingram Clark and George Riggs of mutual affiliate KRKD here in Los Angeles. Our statistician was Buck Jersey, working on the sidelines, Robert Presley, along with Bill Etherton. And our producer from New York was Frank Miller and also Dick Bullock. Today's game has been brought to you by Prestone Antifreeze, the brand that stands up to the acid test. Ford and your Ford dealer, the place you've got to go to see what's going on. State Farm Mutual, the world's largest car insurance company. And by B.F. Goodrich, the company that launched the Radio League.